What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the Dirty Bird Fly Through. Y'all know who I am, Chandler, back here with another live stream here on this Tuesday, man. Happy Tuesday, man. Hopefully y'all are doing well. Um, Hope y'all are doing well. Hey, we're gonna talk about Michael Penix Jr. And will he be ready for training camp or not? Yeah, man. Hey. Y'all already know what the drill is, though. Before we begin, hit the like button, hit the share button, share this out on Twitter, share this out on social media, subscribe to the channel. You already know what to do. Show support. You see the Cash App up there, $ Dirty Bird Fly Through. Show love. And as always, the link is already there. So you already know what to do. Hit that link. Hit that link. Join this conversation, man. And we'll stay here and talk about this here for a little bit this evening. So obviously, this is going to be a very important year for Michael Penix. And not just I think it's time with the Atlanta Falcons, but potentially for his NFL career. Um, Obviously, coming off of a um, another ACL surgery um, that ended his 2025 season, and just I think a lot of uncertainty. Obviously, the Falcons signing Tua Tagovailoa. To I think a lot of people assume Tua will be starting week one, and it looks like that's the direction that things are probably headed in right now. But I think that what is going to be most important to the Falcons quarterback competition, and how it shapes out as we get into training camp and we get into the start of, as we get into obviously the OTAs. We're moving through that right now. I believe rookie minicamp starts sometime, I think, this weekend. And then, minicamp will happen in June. And then, obviously, training camp opens at the end of July. I think what is going to probably be the most important thing that really shapes this quarterback battle, this quarterback competition that we assume we're going to have in training camp, is going to be the fact of if Michael Penix is even ready. Is he even 100%? Can he even take the field for training camp? Will he be cleared for contact? Will he be cleared to do, any major football activities? That's going to really be what shapes this thing or not. Now, first of all, man, make sure y'all follow me on Twitter at dbflythrough1, man. I post a lot of things on Twitter, very active on Twitter. Twitter is where I get a lot of my news now. But anyways, man, this past weekend, Michael Penix actually tied the knot. He got married to his girlfriend. And man, there a lot of his teammates were there showing support for him. Drake London was there, Bijan was there, Jesse Bates was there, AJ Terrell was there, Storm Norton was there. Another person who was there was Terry Fontenot, showing support for Michael Penix. So yeah, obviously getting married, obviously very special, man. Michael Penix had a lot of his teammates there, to show their love on a special day. There was a video, man. When I tell you, um, oh, when I tell you what, man, Michael Penix knows how to get it. Man, if y'all didn't see that video of Michael Penix's wife, we can now say Mrs. Penix throwing some back for him. Man, y'all need to go and y'all need to check it out if your ladies aren't in the room or something, cause hey, and he was getting real into it too, but them knees were getting some action. Them knees were bending just fine. You know what I'm saying? So, based on that, them knees might be a whole lot better than we were actually thinking. And if that is the case, then I don't see a reason why Michael Penix isn't going to be able to make training camp, considering, it's still over 2.5 months away. And I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all something. If Michael Penix ends up being ready for the start of training camp, then the Falcons quarterback competition is going to be a whole lot tougher than I think a lot of people imagine. And Tua might not actually be the shoe-in to start week 1 that a lot of people believe. Because, man, you got to think about a couple things. Number one, Michael Penix has chemistry with several of these guys. Obviously, Drake London, Michael Penix has a built-in, almost at times seemed like a natural chemistry, really since Michael Penix, really since his first start, man. Him and Drake London have seen to have just a natural chemistry, even since the end of that 24 season. And, throughout much of last year. And, I just got to say, Drake London and Michael Penix, they both went out in the same game, actually. They both went out during that Carolina game. Obviously, Drake did return, to play at the end of the season. Penix didn't return. But, obviously the biggest thing was, and granted, Drake was probably still dealing with that injury through the rest of the season. But at the same time, man, just being honest, Drake London clearly, even though he was beaten up, man, before he went out with injury and before Michael Penix went out with an injury, despite the fact that the Falcons were on a losing streak, Drake London was consistently putting up 100-yard games. Drake London had, obviously, that big game in New England last year. He had a big game versus the Colts, and he was having a huge game in that Carolina game before he and Michael Penix both went down. So, listen, man. What do you want me to say? You can't argue with the fact that Drake London and Michael Penix have a natural chemistry with each other that's already built in and is already miles ahead of whatever Drake and Tua have together. We need to. Drake London has been able to connect with just about every quarterback in his career. Drake London has even been able to do some special things with Desmond Ridder throwing him the ball. But the thing with Michael Penix, it just feels like the chemistry, when it's rolling, it's just so fluid and natural. And Drake is going to be there. Drake knows the spot that Mike is going to put it on him. And that connection, there's almost no stopping the connection at all when it is able to flourish. So, yeah, man, look, that's already something that I think it's going to give Michael Penix a big advantage. Michael Penix also has chemistry with Kyle Pitts that we saw building throughout much of last season before Michael Penix went down with injury. Michael Penix obviously has chemistry, with Bijan. Bijan is a weapon in the passing game. And also, man, at the end of the day, we have to realize that, this was always set up to be Michael Penix's team. By this time, regardless, this was meant to be around the time, even when Michael Penix was first drafted, and even though, you got to understand something. Terry Fontenot is no longer here. Raheem Morris is no longer here. But, when you set plans in motion, of things are supposed to happen at this certain time, and there's still the pieces in place to make that happen, there's a very real chance that it can still end up playing out in that manner. And look, before I continue, y'all need to make sure to go ahead, hit the link. The link is out there. Hit the link. Hit the like button. Subscribe, comment, share out. You see the Cash App up there. But look, you got to realize something. There's something very important about having a plan in place. And as long as Michael Penix is going to be here, Michael Penix now, you got to think, is even more hungry to get out on that field and prove something. Because Michael Penix knows that this is probably this is that critical third year in his career, and now his back is against the wall. if Michael Penix is not able to get out on the field this year, or Michael Penix does get out on the field and he gets injured again, or you know, he's still not able to take pressure well. He still, at times has accuracy issues. And he's not able to get the Falcons anywhere, then there's a very real chance that Michael Penix is going to head down the same path as a bunch of other failed first round quarterbacks in this league. He could just end up being a career backup. So Michael Penix knows that this is a very important year for him. And he's, at the end of the day, he's doing everything that he can to, I believe, be ready in time for training camp. He's got to be ready in time for training camp to be able to compete in a quarterback competition. Because I'm going to be honest, if Tua is starting week 1 and Michael Penix at any point ends up coming in after that, that probably indicates that the Falcons season is already going down the gutter. At the end of the day, man, everyone I think is talking about, what are we going to see out of Tua? What are we going to see out of Michael Penix? At the end of the day, there has to be an odd man out. There has to be an odd man out because let's be completely honest for a moment. The entire NFC South did get better this draft. Carolina is in my opinion the favorites to win the division. They made some solid pickups in free agency. They made some solid picks during the draft. New Orleans, I'll give them credit. They picked up some nice guys, and Tampa is not going to go quiet into the night, picking up Ruben Bain, picking up Ted Hurst. They made a lot of picks that I was actually a fan of. So you gotta realize that everyone in the division leveled up, even though we're saying that we also leveled up with this draft and picking Avieon and picking Zachariah Branch, which, by the way, that's another thing. Whoever wins this quarterback competition, that's going to be the guy that's distributing the ball to all of these weapons and all these guys that got some serious speed on them. Not just Bijan, obviously, but Zachariah Branch, Jahan Dotson. You're talking Zacchaeus has some wheels on him. You're talking about guys that they can fly down the field. And actually, if you think about it, that's a benefit to Michael Penix because those are guys that they're comfortable with going deep, especially a Jahan Dotson. An Olamide Zacchaeus, he can go deep. He's got the connection with Drake London. He's got the connection so far with Kyle Pitts that was brewing last year. He's got a connection with Bijan. If Michael Penix is out there in time for training camp, the team has shown that they are clearly behind them, that they have his back. And Michael Penix, in my opinion, is actually going to have an edge if he is healthy in time for training camp. Now if he isn't, and Tua ends up starting, it's gonna be hard if the Falcons end up being a good team or having a good start for Michael Penix to be able to get onto the field. OG,
What's up? What's up?
what up? What up? What you doing,
What?
man?
Hey, hey, look, man. Busy day.
Shoot, hey, you already know what it is. I had a busy day too. Yeah.
You on the road, man? Keep going. I
Nah, hey,
chime in.
hey, nah. Look, this is my time to hand it over to you. Let's go.
Well, from what I've been hearing, from what you've been saying, man, it seems like we going into the season with some controversy, some if
Yeah,
ands
you
and
already know what
some
it is.
maybes.
You know what's going on. There's a lot of if, ands, and maybes with this team this year.
But yeah, this quarterback situation is going to be very interesting, and the only appearance that we have had, the sighting of Michael Penix Jr. was at a that I know of was at his wedding, um, getting it dropped like it's hot on him, and he was responding accordingly. So I guess a lot of people are saying that maybe his knees are, or whatever repairs that were made to his legs, has been a success. But dancing on the dance floor with a 125-pound woman is not the equivalent of running for your life from them gladiators that's gonna be on the other side of that ball.
Oh, hey, I don't know. Hey, we saw them on the dance floor. We didn't see what happened after they went back to the room.
Yeah.
We don't know what type of
Hey
effort he was
man.
putting in then.
Hey
But
man.
but
Hey,
hey,
it needs my. Hey, look. Maybe he was just looking good for the camera when he got in that room. Man, shoot, she might have was still dropping it like it was hot, and he was sitting back.
he been like, nah, baby. I gotta tap out.
Right. So hey, but I've heard a few discussions about that today. I've been kind of listening to some podcasts today. My hands were full, so I wasn't able to really um, do a lot of chatting and chiming in. But the question still coming up about um, the JPJ thing. You know,
Like
is he
like
going to
like
show up
like,
at camp or
like you didn't tell him
go
what was
ahead?
gonna happen with that.
Hey man, I just my standpoint is now at right now about that, and I'm not gonna get too deep into it unless that's where we go. Um, I don't understand or know that much about the code of conduct for the NFL, but I'm looking at it from a standpoint of if he got arrested and there was some type of issues with his girlfriend or a strange girlfriend, but yet in the legal sense of it, there were no charges brought. There was no guilty pleas. There was no, um, what can I say? No charges. He didn't go to court. But here's the only thing about that is going to play a part when the NFL really do their due diligence in investigating. Even if they don't find anything, the fact that he has to go to this 6 months anger management program, I think that is going to play a important part of their process in determining whether or not they're going to do anything outside of those 6 months. That's a slap on the wrist, but at the same time, um, by him having to go to anger management, they're saying that there's something that happened that warrants this therapy. So just keep an eye on that. Just keep an eye on that. I think that's going to pay dividends later in the decision um, that might have him out past those 6 months, which has already started, right?
Yeah.
The treatment. So, and that should be October, I think. But yeah, in October. So let's just see how it happens because then you got to. We don't know if they're going to allow him to go to camp. Um, is there going to be what you call it, the commissioner's exempt list or something?
Shit. Yeah.
So all of that. So that's another controversy. And then you got your tight end. To me, it's a controversy. You bring in a mammoth, a 6'7", 267-pound tight end from Auburn, undrafted, and the speculation about Pitts. And I know a lot of people are saying that Pitts is not going anywhere. But somebody going somewhere. If this guy, if this guy can chew bubble gum and walk at the same time, he's gonna figure out a way to get on this 53-man roster with that size that he has, and playing a position that our current coaches, offensive coaches, love, and that's the tight end position, and they feature him. So,
Mm.
and then you got in the secondary, you know, is Avieon going? Is he a shoe in, or
Oh yeah.
it's going
Hey,
to
hey,
be some real competition?
Avieon gonna be starting.
Okay, but see, that's gonna create some controversy
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
right there, also.
yeah, hey, a brother for each side of the field. Them brothers gonna be locking down both sides of the field.
Yeah, that's what my man say. He gonna be number 12. He said, "Cause that's who you call when it's time to get locked up." So, yep, they said he gonna he handcuffs. Yep. So I don't know about the safety spot back there. I guess we gonna keep Bates. That's
Hey,
gonna be a strong secondary when they get it down pat. That's gonna be a strong secondary, man.
oh, you already know. You already know. And make sure y'all keep supporting. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and comment and share out. Uh, you see the Cash App up there, $sign Dirty Bird Fly Through, and hit the link.
Yeah, man. It's time for the fans to come from behind the keyboard, man, to come in and talk this Falcon football. Cause right now it's a lot of optimism out there, and we
Hold
taking
on,
on all angles. We
I
want to
want
hear
to
all
hear,
the angles.
I want to hear the optimism. I want to hear people that think we're gonna absolutely fucking suck.
Oh yeah, and then hey, they might be able to tell us why.
I mean, and
Yep.
right now, what I gotta say that I don't know what the hell we're gonna do this year.
Oh man, right now you can't call nothing, man.
Mm-mm.
Cause we've had talent for seasons, man, and wasn't able to capitalize.
Well, man, we also
Can
don't
we
know what's up.
go ahead?
Oh, I was gonna say we also don't know when the schedule gonna come out.
Oh, that's right. They thinking about pushing it back, right?
Shit, yeah.
You know why? Because I think it's because of the overseas games. I think they kind of bit off into that sandwich, man, and didn't realize they were out of tea, and they gotta hold up for a minute. I think that's a lot of work to do. They got a lot of stuff to juggle right now, so they got some
Mm,
things they gotta look at.
yeah.
Like I said, controversy, man, controversy. So who do you think that first game going to be against, and where?
You gonna be in Cleveland.
Okay, well, I'm just making sure to see if you change your mind based off of what
Mm-mm.
you've seen
No,
or heard.
it's either gonna be Cleveland or it's gonna be a division opponent. I I I I could see it being Tampa again week one, but I think we gonna play Tampa early in the year though. They might give us like a Monday night game versus Tampa.
Well, why would Cleveland be a choice for yours for that first game?
Hey, shoot. You talk about fucking Stefanski going back to Cleveland. They gonna want something like that. Oh, y'all better make some space. Big
You
Low.
must have sent some money off there to Bird Fly Through, because Big Low don't show up unless the cash money has showed up.
Man, come on now. Come
Come
on
on,
now,
Big
bro.
Low.
What's going on, Big Low?
What's happening, man?
Man, we can't complain, man. Y'all doing all right tonight?
Oh yeah, man, doing great, man. Up here,
Yes, sir.
talking Falcon football, man. What you got?
Man, ain't nothing, man. Shoot, I was just listening. I was sitting here watching a few dishes here. I was like, let me go ahead and hit the link and see what these fellas talking about tonight, though.
Shit, we just
Hey,
Y'all
living in
doing?
man.
these Falcons.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Everything good, man.
Okay.
I was telling Dirty Bird Fly Through, man. I seem like we starting to become the team with the controversy this season. coming up to the
Man,
season.
man, look at here, bro. I mean, the thing is that over the years, like we always had a little bit of controversy, but I mean, you're right. We're starting to look a lot like the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles and the teams like that who always had something going on. Man, I don't know
Exactly.
what's going on, but yeah, I mean, look, it's uh, sometimes you got to have a little bit of controversy to go hit your next step. Sometimes, so that's
Exactly.
how that's how I be. That's how I be. Oh,
Controversy and competition.
that's definitely something you got to have. If you ain't competing, you ain't doing nothing, bro.
Exactly.
Well,
You ain't doing nothing.
let me ask you this, Lo. Let me ask you this. First time up here, man. Hey, you all listen. You're one of the best in the game. You need to tell these people start hitting
No,
link.
man.
Hey, you better tell these people. Hey,
No.
they know who you are. You've been on the news. See, man. So Zay went viral on social media for telling them to get the fuck up out of the stadium up in Philly after we beat them a few years ago.
I remember that.
Man,
Yeah.
hey, matter of fact, I remember, man, this dude, hey, we signed Kirk Cousins. This dude was on the news here.
Wow. I still need that. I still need that link. I need to see that.
Man,
I
look,
heard it.
I
I
had
heard it was good to see, but that was a good. It was a good feeling too.
it was. We
So,
thought he was gonna beat our savior.
uh, but I do want to ask you, man, what do you think about this Michael Penix being ready for training camp?
I mean, so they're saying that he's ready.
I mean, hey, you saw that video, right?
Man, that don't mean nothing.
I just told him, low.
That don't
There's a
mean
difference
nothing.
in twerking and shoulder leaning on the dance floor with a 125-pound female versus
Exactly.
running for your life for them gladiators.
Boy, what you talking about? Yeah, yeah, I don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Shoot, I mean,
Shit.
think about how much an NFL quarterback just runs. I mean, you don't even have to be a running quarterback. Just think about just running on and off the field. Like, I mean, just that alone. I mean, you probably put in a good 3/4 of a mile just running to
Yeah,
the middle of the field and running back, and then you get in that fight or flight mode. I mean, through there, you play flanker. You know that feeling that you get you run across the middle. You know that you finna get popped. Like it's a different kind of feeling. Whenever you running, you don't feel it as much. But as soon as you get to that sideline, you sit down, it hits you. It
every
hits you.
seemed like everything had expanded.
Exactly, exactly. That's one of the reasons why I never sit down. So
Oh
whenever
no.
I never say I like, yeah, I'm just gonna stand up. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean, look, it's cool watching them dance and everything. That's fine. But at the end of the day, let's see how he goes through OTAs and training camp before we crown him as being, ready for the season and everything.
Well, now, I do want to ask you this though. In all seriousness, assuming Michael Penix is able to actually compete in training camp, would you say that he has an edge over Tua because of, obviously the history with some of the guys on this roster, or do you think that, it truly is a new slate that it's a true toss up that he doesn't have any sort of advantage?
I think it's a true toss up. In all honesty, I mean, even though he Michael Penix has played with Drake London and Bajan and Kyle Pitts, at the end of the day, the guys that make the final decision are all different. So, um, I know that. I mean, as of right now, Tua, that's the guy that this new regime brought in. They didn't bring in Michael Penix. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna say it's gonna be even going in.
You just said a key thing, man. This is a new regime, man. They have no ties to Michael Penix. Matter of
Yeah,
fact, they have more ties to Tua than they do to Michael.
exactly, exactly.
If
That's the first big move these guys made. So, I mean, do you think they're gonna want to look back and have people say, Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know why they brought two in. Or do you want them? Or do you think they're going to want people to look back and say, "Yeah, they had to make a move from Michael Penix. Whenever they brought in their guy, everything looked a whole lot better." That's
That's
what
the
it
key
is.
right there.
I mean, we
You
got to
know,
acknowledge, man. One thing about sports is that the people that are in charge, oh, like, they're just like us. They have egos, right? So the way that they look at it is, they look at people like their legacy picks. If you look at Terry Fontenot and you look at his office, you're going to see the two jerseys behind them are Kyle Pitts and Bajan Robinson. But those were his first two picks. Those were his guys.
cause yeah, like you said, man. Um, if if Tua comes in and show out, them guys are geniuses.
Yeah, man.
And see, right now
Yeah,
they at the end of the crap table, man. They just they rattling them dice,
yeah.
and we're on the backside and we putting in the bets. Everybody putting in their bets, waiting
We
on
doing the
them to
pass.
roll that dice.
We at the pass line. we at
Exactly.
the pass line.
we, and the man might say craps, but right
Oh
now, but
man.
they just shaking them dice, and boy,
Look,
got
and
to
Michael Penix is house money,
he house money.
unfortunately.
Exactly, he's house money for real. So and then hey look, they gonna look real smart because of how they got to him. Miami
I
paying the
know it.
bill
Exactly.
for the low
Exactly.
low.
They got him for the low.
Boy, they got him for the low low. Pun intended.
I mean, so at the end of the day, it's like at this point, it's kind of long term. It would kind of be more beneficial to go with Tua opposed to Michael Penix. Like, yeah, Tua's had his share of injuries and everything, but the thing about Tua's injuries, I mean, he hadn't had like any structural injuries. Them concussions, that can be just as bad. Like we have to acknowledge that. But Michael Penix, man, he get to the point where he's falling apart.
Yeah, because I still say that everybody's saying that they rolled up on him on his knee, but maybe because I was sitting in the stands, but I I didn't see nothing really. I just seen him
Man,
just. I thought he was just avoiding the sack, the big hit.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you there. I was at that San Francisco game. That man got hurt in San Francisco.
Shit, you were in San Francisco?
Yes, sir.
Mm,
Yes, sir.
man.
And I was right there on the second row. And that man, and the crazy thing is that so how stupid
You
Raheem Morris was.
do do do
Raheem,
do you really think that he honestly shouldn't have been playing anymore after that game?
no, you shouldn't have been playing no more. It's obvious that young man
Oh,
was hurt.
so you saying that he was done when he came back to Atlanta, but they just let him play?
Wait a minute. So what you're saying is Raheem Morris mismanaged another injury.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Think about it. Raheem Morris made that man finish the game when he was obviously hurt.
Oh yeah. Hey, that was some of the stupidest shit I've seen. You could clearly tell he was hurt. Still, that's clear mismanagement. Hey, you asleep at the wheel doing that shit.
Yeah. So yeah, yes, it's another mismanaged injury from Raheem Morris. That's just what he do. You know, dogs bark, cats meow. Raheem Morris act like he don't know what to do when somebody gets hurt.
Uh,
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh yeah, 3:30. I talked to my ticket guy too. I'm going to send that number over to you later on.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure,
big,
for
hey,
sure.
So
big low. Are you a season ticket holder?
Yes, sir.
All right. What section are you at?
135, right
I
beside Molly B.
that's kind of what I thought you were right down there. So check this out. We're thinking about trying to get everyone to one game, maybe early in the year. It might be some. It might be like the Baltimore game because I already know Zay is planning on coming down for that game. Wolf is gonna come
Oh,
down for
okay.
that game. What we gonna do? We just gonna meet up because listen, there's a lot of talk and there's not a whole lot of showing up that's happening.
Hmm. Hey, well, shoot, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be there. 3:30 know how to get in contact with him.
Oh yeah. Yep. And
I'll be down there.
yeah, Recondo,
Yep.
uh,
Yeah.
ATLGA.
Man, you know he gonna be up in there.
Oh yeah. A lot of guys be there, man. But like you said, man, that's a good idea, man. Everybody, all the content creators, man, come to. Once the schedule come out, man. You guys, well, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be the hype man. But I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. But I'm gonna be Flavor Flav up in there.
Hey, man, look, I already know I know we're gonna be getting together for training camp. Um, one day. I'm not sure exactly when it's gonna be, but we're gonna be
They
getting
ain't
together for
released
training
that.
camp.
Yeah, they ain't released that schedule yet.
But we every year we always try to get together for training camp, and a lot of times we get together for the preseason as well. So you know, I think that's the second time we linked up 3:30 at the Taco Mat. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
man.
a good event there, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We always have a good time. Always have a good time.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list, man, to go to a practice. I haven't been to a practice, preseason, or free practice. I mean, or the one they have in the stadium.
Oh, okay. Look, man, the practices they're real fun because you really get a chance to see. Sometimes there's guys that are on the team that they might not get as much run, but you get a chance to see them up close and personal, and be like, well, wait a minute now, there's something to this Mike Ford kid on special teams. You
Right.
might say, hey, this Kobe Bryant kid, he's pretty good. He might need to put on a few pounds, but he got that dog in him. I mean, you get a chance to see all that because I mean, after preseason, you really don't get a chance to see a lot of them kids no more.
Exactly. That's what's good about practice. You get to see them all. You get out there and then you can do your own scouting.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, man, it's always a good time. Always a good time.
Now I got a just a question. I'm looking side at it, this undrafted free agent. Not the quarterback. We'll talk about it another time. But I'll talk about that when I find out whether Penix coming to camp or not. But I'm hey, 13,000 yards. That's all I'm gonna say right now.
Man,
But I'm looking side at it. This 6'7", 267 pound Auburn tight end that was brought in. Um, I'm gonna look at some
man.
tape on him. But that's a big young man to bring in the camp, and you already full of tight ends.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I really don't know too much about him myself. I said I was going to look at
Right,
some tape on him too. Um, but that's a big boy. That's a
man.
big boy.
In a scheme that has already been crowned as a tight end, a three tight end scheme at times. And you already got what, four on the roster, at least four,
Yep.
and then you
Yeah.
bring in this guy. I don't know, man. I'm looking side eyed at that move right there now.
Well, I mean, you could look at it a couple ways. It could be one of the situations where they just need just because if they are running like two and three tight end sets, it might be one of the situations where if you only got four tight ends, but you run a three tight end set, if you're running two fields at one time for practice, you know, you want to legitimately simulate a look. You'll just get a body just for Cam. I mean, that could be it, or they might be looking at making a move, boss.
Hey, and I'm gonna see if he can block a field goal.
I, Antonio Thompson could block a field goal. I know that.
Exactly. Exactly. And we mess around and put somebody else out there with they can block too. Can block
Man,
them.
boy, look, I'll take it. I will take it.
They had Calais doing it.
So did.
Yes, sir.
So did. Calais was that dude, man.
So yeah, I was just throwing it out there, man. I'm looking side eyed. I'm looking. I'm thinking, okay, let me watch. I'm just gonna watch this kid and see what's happening. Of course he didn't get drafted, but they say that them guys usually go late anyway, unless your
Yeah,
name Kyle Pitts.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Look, one thing that I learned from like dealing with just the whole recruiting process in general is like sometimes it's not some of these people who are highly touted and they're not that good. They're just popular. We
There
keep
you
it a
go.
book, man. Like, sometimes they
You
legit
got a
just
lot of media pressure on you to draft them guys.
exactly,
And you don't
exactly.
draft them and they be like, what are they? The Falcons don't want to win. They didn't draft so and so. Okay.
Yeah,
But then when you draft them and they bust, hey,
exactly, exactly. So
and you got
look,
guys
I'm
moving, going to Arizona and San Francisco and all the other places, losing their jobs.
crazy, man. It is crazy. I don't know. We'll see how it go, man. We'll see how
Yeah,
I'm
right now,
excited
man,
about this
everything
season.
is on the bubble.
Bro. That's it. That's it. It's a this is a big if season. If this can happen and if that can happen. So I mean, we'll just have to see how it goes.
I know you got some inside scoops coming. What's the deal on the possible delaying of the schedule coming up?
That's what I'm trying to figure out too. Why they taking so damn long?
The World Cup.
They tell me, local.
Oh,
Why they
okay,
taking so?
okay, okay.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just told us
hmm Yeah.
the
This
World
whole
Cup.
yeah a lot of. So I was just talking. As a matter of fact, I was talking with our premium seat guy who info I'm gonna get you. He said that the World Cup like they legit put out everybody out of the stadium. Like they can't even go into the stadium. So right now, Mercedes-Benz Stadium isn't Mercedes-Benz. It's Atlanta. It's Atlanta Stadium right now. World Cup bought the
Oh
whole
yeah,
stadium. So it's like everybody can't meet and come together with the schedules like they normally would. So they pushed it back a week, and they're gonna be meeting online and everything to finalize everything.
I let me ask. Let me ask you, since you got an inside source. They obviously find out the schedule before we do, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay. So, but what you're saying, so you talk about the World Cup, which man, hey, y'all got to realize something. The World Cup is wrapping up just in time for football season, so it's going to be a very fast transition once they're done with all this World Cup stuff. And it ain't just here in Atlanta; it's all over this country. It's happening in L.A., it's happening in New York, it's happening everywhere. So that's the reason why there's a. And I mean, is it just going to be 1 week, or are we going to have to wait for the schedule longer than we would like?
yeah. It's just gonna be a week.
Okay, because I'm
It's
gonna
just gonna
say
be a week.
they
I
can't
think. Yeah,
they can't play around too long with people trying to make their traveling arrangements.
exactly. Exactly. I mean, think about it. 3:30. He travel. How long you ride? 3:30, like 5 hours.
7.
Seven. That man travel 7 hours. He need to know what weekend he gonna be. He gonna be here. You
Oh
know.
yeah. But let the bird fly through. You heard when I asked when the question was asked, he gave one short answer. He said World
Yeah,
Cup.
World Cup. Hey,
Now, this part of the country is going to learn how big they think the NFL is big, and no doubt it is. But they're going to learn the bigness of
Yes.
big time sports
Yes.
with this World Cup. Would you agree with that, Low?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like our bro, the companies have bought out hotel rooms in 2 month blocks.
Man, hey, matter of fact, y'all know that new little district in Atlanta where you could step outside with your drink?
Hmm.
Lo knows what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. You know what I'm talking about, OG?
yeah,
Y'all know that's for the World Cup, right?
Oh yeah,
of course.
oh yeah,
Like I say,
Look,
Centennial Yards, them redeveloping the CNN Center, all that's for the World Cup. Now I mean also they're touting it as economic development, of course, so it's going to be around after the World Cup. But all of this was aimed for the World Cup.
yeah, yeah,
that's how y'all got the beach, the Olympics.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true.
But
But
see,
well, look, man, I'm
go
finna
ahead,
go
Low.
ahead and jump off, fellas, man. I just
I
want to
hey
come on
we
here and holler at y'all
listen.
right quick.
We
Hey,
appreciate you
man.
for coming on. You're welcome on anytime.
Hey, Big
All
Low, we
right, man.
appreciate you
Yeah.
coming in. Hey,
Hey.
look, you already done gave us some nuggets,
Yes,
as only Big Low
sir.
can do.
Yeah.
You already know it, man. Y'all take it easy.
Hey, man, I'll keep up with you, man. I'm waiting on you. But I was on your show, in the chat, the other night. But yeah, man, you had a lot going on, and hey, man, I know you're gonna pick it up when it's time to pick it up.
Oh yeah, yeah. You already know it.
And
You
waiting on that
already
next
know
video. Waiting on that next video.
it. Oh, it's coming. All right, but y'all take it easy.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Well, you had royalty up. You had royalty to come in, man, and just hey,
Hey,
man, that's what it do.
look. We just had Big Low pop his head in the door. And we appreciate him for doing. Matter of fact, he did more than pop his head into the door. He stepped in and he actually engaged. So what we need y'all to do is we need y'all to hit the link. You see the link. You see the Cash App $ Dirty Bird Fly Through. Like, subscribe, comment, share out. Hit that link. Join the conversation. You know what to do.
Hey, man, I'm gonna have to like. I know a little bit about soccer on the lower level, but I'm gonna kind of peep at some literature on like I said, this part of the country is going to find out how big soccer is. I think the Wolf can chime in on that soccer thing. I think his family is
Oh yeah,
real well versed on that soccer world.
yeah.
So you might need to reach out to Wolf and let him tell you some things about it that from his own
Hey,
personal
I bet.
experience.
Listen, I've been trying to reach out to him. Y'all got to realize, hey, Wolf. I don't know if Wolf is busy or what, but he's got to be because, hey, he just went on a cruise. He just got back. I mean, look, hey, it's hard to reach people. But the thing is, Wolf is still time to make time come up here, so I'm sure I'll be able to talk to him about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I'd like to hear his spiel on this soccer thing and how big it is and the other countries that he know about that we don't have any idea, you know, about that part of it. But we're gonna learn, man. Look, like Lo said, man. It's just huge, man. He said it real quick. Why the schedule? They're so big. They are making the NFL pump their
Yeah,
brakes.
they're making the NFL wait on their own home turf. Hey, matter of fact, why do you think the NFL is going international this year?
Hey, man, they got to, man. They're trying to catch up, man. They're doing some big things, man. Um, they're out there. They're gonna have to deal with the sharks out there, cause they got to move real slow and steady because they're infiltrating um, countries that doing different things, and I think that's also one of the reasons why they got the kind of schedule different. They got to make sure they're not bumping heads with anything in these other countries. And I'm not talking political. I'm just talking about what they normally have going on. That's just like another sport can't just come to this country during January and think they're going to get a lot going when the playoffs, when the NFL playoffs are really pumping.
Why?
So they would have to kind of, coordinate with the NFL in the United States if it's
So
already going.
yeah. So exactly. Why do But I'm gonna ask y'all something. Why do you think that the World Cup, man, the World Cup is always in June and July. Now, the last time they had the World Cup 4 years ago, they did it actually in December because I don't know why, but they were hosting it in some country. But why do you think that they do it in June and July? That's a dry spot. Shit, hey, after the NBA ends, yeah, you got baseball, but that's typically considered the dry spot in sports.
Yeah, because baseball is it has its own crowd, and like you said, it's just a dry spot. And those games, they play so many games, man. They already understand it. They already got their stuff locked in. It's just so many games.
Yeah,
Baseball is huge, man. Even their personnel, how they pay, how the rules are different. In multiple, like, well, in team sports, I'll put it like that. Tennis and golf and bowling and stuff like that. It has its own way of doing things. But you talking team sports, baseball is totally different. It's gotten better though because that's why New York was able to do their thing back in the day when they really didn't have no type of cap or as limited a cap, and they had those monster teams once upon a time. Cincinnati, man, I remember the Big Red Machine. Not gonna get into it, but them some good days, boy. I watched some good baseball back then.
shoot, but hey, it
But
ain't gonna be no dry spot this year.
nah, man, I'm
Yeah.
just waiting, like you said,
Hey, are
waiting for
you
the.
you gonna be watching any of it?
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna tune in a little bit of it.
Cause I'll go ahead and say now. Uh, one thing about me is this. I actually played soccer when I was younger too. But I've never really been too big into soccer. But man, I'm really thinking I might have to go uh down there, sometime in June or July and just see what it's about.
Hey, man, I think that's a whole different atmosphere, man.
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of like middle school soccer games, a few high schools. My grandkids play soccer, man, and it's it's okay here. You'll see a phenomenal player here and there, but you got to go certain places in this region here to see the real good players. I think it's only been one player that I know of that went pro. I can't think of his name right now, but this kid, he played a few years pro soccer, but that's all he did. That's all he did was kick a ball, boy. He always was. He used to kick the ball against his parents' house. He would kick it against the wall and it bounced it back. He would catch it, and his parents let him do it. Man, it paid off. But you know what the downfall of that was?
What's up?
He cracked the wall. After years of doing it, he cracked the wall, man. I was like, wow. But of course, by it, after that, he was able to get them another house. So, God, I can't remember his name. I'll have to look him up. It's been quite a few years. Been a couple of decades ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look. Y'all already know, man. Hit the link, join the conversation, man. We're just talking. You want to talk about Michael Penix? That's fine. You want to talk about some other shit? That's fine.
Now, let me ask you. I'm gonna go into the trenches. I guess we pretty much know what we're doing on the defensive side right now. We got some. We just got a little bit. We went out and got Did you? Oh, let me back up a little bit. I was thinking about that number 48 pick, right?
Yeah.
And I think we discussed that behind the scenes about that 48th pick. Now we got this guy, number 48 pick, and we got the guy from Jacksonville. I can't think his name right now. The tackle from Jacksonville,
S-
defensive tackle.
Smith.
He was number 48
Yeah.
pick. So can't be that bad of a pick because people forget, man, that going and get a corner, your first pick, um, that was not a first round pick. It was our first pick. So, in your opinion, even though it was our first pick, is that the same as picking? Well, it's kind of a rhetorical question, but if it's your first pick at 48, is that pick for you to nail it? Is it as important to get it right at 48 versus 18 or 8
Shit,
or
you just said it.
28?
It's a rhetorical question. If that's your first pick, you got to get it right.
Okay.
Honestly, man, I'm gonna tell you this, and it does, and it don't happen with every team, and you got to understand that ain't gonna happen every year. But most years, your first two picks, you got to hit them. You got to.
No matter where you start.
They gotta be they gotta contribute in some way. They don't gotta be superstars, but they gotta contribute. And I think we got two contributors with our first two picks. Avion's gonna be a starter day one. Branch is going to contribute day one and will probably be a starter by the end of his first year. If not, he'll be starting year two. I think Branch, it ain't. I think they might start Branch off as kind of a rotational guy, but Branch pretty soon after that will be starting. There's too much talent with Branch that and I'm gonna be honest. I think we got out of this draft. I think we got at least three starters.
Okay.
And I understand, man. You can't you can't go and predict the future. You can't say what it's going to be. But Avieon is going to be a starter. Branch is going to be a starter, and man, either Daniels is going to be a starter at linebacker eventually, or Harold Perkins is going to develop into something and he's going to be starting. A lot of people are forgetting that we selected Harold Perkins.
True. Great point. That's why I asked that question. I wanted to pull it out of you because, we have been, you know, with the Kyle Pitts thing, right? And I was one of them. I'm like, man, they picked this cat that early. And the expectations, I don't know if they were fair or unfair, but the expectations were high and they're still high. And, and by it being that particular pick, as high as it was, people are still holding on to that optimism for him, even though, you know, most of the touchdowns that he got last season was against Tampa Bay, was against the same team.
Well, let me ask you a question about Kyle Pitts, though. I wanna ask you: would you say that
Okay.
overall, 5 years here, franchise tagged? Would you say that Kyle Pitts has you know contributed? Would you say that he's? I mean, I don't think he's met expectations. I think that's obvious. But would you say that
No, right.
Kyle Pitts has at least contributed?
Yeah, he contributed, but his hiccups, in my opinion, takes away from the contribution. Just a little thing, even the injury, unfortunate as it was just a bad thing for him. And we know why it happened, man. He got thrown into that injury, but nevertheless, it was just bad for the all of the other, I call it politics, draft politics that he was involved in. With being drafted as high, and then he having a very decent first rookie season with of course Matt Ryan, who is still there, who is back with us, and then how everything kind of fizzled out, and he had flashes here and there, but the flashes, I'd rather have consistency than flashes, man.
Mm.
I'd rather have consistency because the potential, you can't measure any potential off of flashes. In my opinion, you just can't. You can't put your thumb on it. But if he was consistent, and if you look at it, and I heard some other content creators talk about it, so I had to kind of look at it from that aspect. He's had decent seasons. All of them were decent stat wise, but on the tape, on the TV, he didn't give Atlanta what Atlanta likes. The Atlanta fans, and you know what Atlanta fans like. They like the flash. They
Hey,
like the
hey,
the the Michael Vick type of stuff. The burners, the Gonzalez, the Andersons. They like all of that. That's what they like. And he quietly came to work and put up decent numbers, but that wasn't exciting. He didn't put up exciting numbers.
let's be clear. Statistically, Kyle Pitts has been a top 10 tight end every year he's been in the league.
Exactly. And but nobody, even including me, I'm including myself in this. I'm not even talking about it. I'm saying he's overqualified based off his potential and based off of what he's given. I'm saying he's overqualified for our scheme, and that's not a
Well,
bad
I mean,
thing.
look, okay. This is the thing. The Falcons picked him fourth. You got to realize something. That's a top five pick. Jake Matthews was the sixth pick, I think, in his draft. And so that's still a high pick, but that's not even inside. That's just outside the top five. If you there's been, I believe, this entire century, three Falcons first round top five picks. Michael Vick, Matt Ryan, and Kyle Pitts. And
Right.
you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think those are the only top five picks the Falcons have made this entire century.
Hmm.
So you putting Kyle Pitts in the same for a tight end especially. You putting him in the same category as the most electric player, the most polarizing play. Well, I don't know if he's the most polarizing player in franchise. Yeah, I'll say he's the most polarizing player in franchise history, the most electric player in franchise history, and then the best player in general in franchise history. Those are the two guys that you're putting up there with Kyle Pitts. So if the expectations are going to be higher than if you're on crack.
Yeah,
And and
and
and,
that's why I call it draft politics, man.
and at the end of the day, man, he's only had two seasons that have sort of reflected, his value. And even in those seasons, you kind of look at it and you go, he had a select number of games that really add up for a bunch of those stats, man. A bunch of those stats. And Be honest. There was a time. I mean, shoot, a year ago, we didn't know if this dude could even if this dude even still had the heart to play football.
Yeah, like I said, man, he just wasn't. He's not a loud guy. I'm still waiting for him to just have that defining moment where he gets it, where it clicks for him. Um, I thought that catch in Washington, I thought that would have clicked. I said, okay, they just woke that unicorn up, boy. But it didn't happen.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I was at the end of the season before last, and last season, you think about it, it kind of woke up a little. He didn't wake up all the way, but he was awake at times, but
But I wonder what makes him get that excited for the. Maybe it's the scheme, but he gets that excited to play the Buccaneers.
shit, hey, it's because of this, okay? Todd Bowles sends 7 or 8 and leaves the field wide open. And you can't listen, you still can't put Kyle Pitts 1-on-1. That's the
You
thing.
better not.
You see a lot of teams go into it, man, and the thing is, they'll be playing zone and they'll have, 2 guys to lock Pitts down and take him out or make sure he can't do anything even if he does get the ball. But the thing is, when you blitz 7 or you blitz 8 and you send the house, then at the end of the day, man, Pitts is going to be 1-on-1.
Well, all I know is that according on paper right now, they better not do it this season. I
Shit,
don't care
not on
who's handling
paper.
the ball.
Not on paper. You know,
Yeah, they better not do it.
hey, because on paper, we got 3 receivers that can burn you. We got
Yep.
our soon to be $30 million man. We got this monster that is still some people think there still might be a little unicorn in him, and we got the best player in the league in the backfield. So yeah, but remember what I'm saying. On paper, the Falcons' offense should be all right for either quarterback to come in and be able to succeed.
Hey, look, and you got cats trying to revitalize. I hope I'm saying that right. Their careers, their expectations. Because Dotson, he was drafted kind of high, but he just kind of got um he just kind of got lost in the wash
Hey,
in Philly.
he's a first-round pick.
But man, I like that. You know what? I like that guy because I picked him up in my fantasy um early on. Because a lot of cats, they were stuck on what's my man Brown. But yeah, man, we got some decent we're gonna have a room now. We're gonna have a wide receiver room. Drummond, Blair, Washington, Thompson, what his name? Tompkins, OZ, Dotson, Drake, and now we got that little strong hamster coming out of Georgia. A lot of teams they're not gonna be able to. You know what? When he's on the field, they not gonna blitz, bro. If that young man on the field, they not gonna do nothing crazy. Especially if he on the left side of the field, they not gonna do nothing crazy. Cause you giving up everything if you do that, and he gets the ball on the outside. It's gonna be a house call waiting, and they don't have any tape on this young man yet. But you can best believe they're waiting to see how we gonna use him.
Oh yeah.
Defensive coordinators are waiting to see how we gonna use that young man, and hopefully, unlike the past couple of seasons, we will get to see some of these guys, these potential starters or potential contributors um, in preseason. And I know that's a controversy too, because everybody said, "What if they get injured?" But man, you can get injured. William Andrews got injured in a preseason game, blew his knee out. So it happens, man. I hate it for that guy, but yep, you can get injured at any time.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about that wide receiver room so far with what we
Shit,
got, even with the draft?
I was getting ready to say, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Oh shit. I was getting ready to say, man. Before Cowboy stepped up in here and is ready to run a 5 hour shift. That what's going on, Cowboy?
What's happening, gentlemen? What's going on?
Hey,
Cowboy,
Hey, man.
shit. I think Zay's supposed to come up in here in a minute too. Uh,
Yeah, we just running from one show to the next,
but
man.
but
hey
We
man,
got some very good topics tonight.
it been some serious discussions today, my guy.
but
Yes,
but
sir.
but
Yes,
but
sir.
check this out about the wide receiver room. I don't think it's
Hmm.
as flashy as last year seemed on paper going into it, but
Right.
I think it's better because I think there's more depth.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing for certain, these wide receivers are coming in here because most of them don't have a name for themselves. They are hungry. They are hungry. That means they're going to come in and ball all out when they're given the opportunity. I don't know if all of them are going to make the squad, but you can
Oh,
rest assured come camp time, these guys gonna put on a show.
and here
I mean,
here's the other thing too. Y'all ain't thinking about with these wide receivers. This
mhm,
offense, there's going to be a lot of 2 and 3 tight end sets.
yeah,
There's only going
yeah,
to be most of the time 2 wide receivers out on the field.
hmm, yeah, it's gonna be nice. That's the one thing that I'm questioning going into this camp, right?
And that's
With
why I
so many
say
young guys, with so many.
man. I'll let yeah. That's why I
Yeah, go ahead,
say
go ahead.
that at the end of the day, man. Like
Hmm.
I don't think Branch will be starting day one, but I think
Right,
he's going to be starting pretty soon after.
right, right, right. Yeah. What I really like about this wide receiver room is that everybody, I think every last one of them, except for like maybe one or two, but most of them play dual roles. They can play kick return. They can play on special teams. And like Keenan from Miami, that kid is going to be special. I think he's going to make the 53-man squad. And I'm not saying that just because he's from my Miami Hurricanes, but we saw what he did with the Miami Hurricanes. When the lights are on, this kid steps up. And not only did he play wide receiver, he returned kicks, and he kept Miami during that whole game in great field position with his returns. And that was one position that we really needed to address, because on kickoffs, we're always playing around the 10, 15-yard line starting out. We need to be up into the 20 somewhere. Other teams are like doing that consistently, like get them to the 20s, 30s, with great field position. We need to get into that conversation too. Have a great field position. And that was one of the things that hampered Matt Ryan too. He was always having to play with his back up against the wall, up against the end zone. So he came in stressful situations, having to make plays to get us in great field position. I'm loving where camp is going to go though. I'm loving all the competition at all positions. I love it.
You gonna be at training camp, Cowboy?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
Me and my e-bike, I'm going to be there.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Man, man, I've been up to training camp a few times over in Flowery Branch, man. I think I'm
Right.
gonna have to see how the schedule falls, but if it works, man, I'll
Hmm.
try to I'll try to get up there uh sometime, man,
Yeah.
sometime.
Yeah. And hopefully I'll be starting a new it's not a new job, a new position, which is gonna probably make Thursdays kind of crazy. Because this new position is going to be it's going to take me all through the week until at least Thursday. Like Friday, I'll be off, but uh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to play it by ear myself. But at the same time, I won't miss that one preseason game though. Definitely won't miss that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it this season. I have not done a pre as long as I've been a ticket holder. I have not been to a preseason game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man. Most time I give them away. If I know somebody wants to go that's in Atlanta.
right,
Um,
right.
yeah, my cousins they usually go something like
Okay,
that.
okay.
But I need to go.
Yeah, got to make that preseason game. Man, it's hype. It is hype. It's that one. It's that one game. Well, it's not a game, but it is. But it's that one game where the atmosphere seems like it's an actual game.
Okay.
Yeah, that is crazy because you got more people in there that can't like make a normal game, but they can make the preseason game because the tickets are cheaper. But
Right.
the atmosphere, even without it being sold out, it's the atmosphere is there because everybody's in their seat. Everybody who's there wants to see the game. They could care less about concessions, right? They want to see what the practices are, what the players are doing, how the offense look, how the defense look, that type of thing. So if you come into a preseason game, you there because you actually want to know what's going on. But once the season starts, a lot of people that come to like the regular season games, believe it or not, a lot of those guys just there on corporate venues. They just there. It's a hangout spot. They don't sit and like really watch the game. They spend their time in the club, in the restaurants and concessions, walking around, that type of thing. Trying to. I guess they're trying to land some deals. I guess that's their corporate moment. But when
Man.
I went up there, Publix supermarket has a booth up there, has a lounge, right? And when I got invited up there, it's most of those guys weren't watching the game. You had like maybe 5 guys that were like watching the game, and it's over like maybe I would say it'd be up at the most maybe 30 people in there, and most of them guys are just talking. They're not even watching the game, and like the ones who are really watching the game are people like myself and maybe a couple of other guys who are real Falcon fans. We're watching the game. And like I said, at no point, like maybe up of 10 people watching the game, there's like 30 or 40 people in there. And it's crazy. They're just socializing, drinking, that type of thing. But I didn't care. I didn't have to pay for it because I'm gonna take it every time.
Exactly.
But I just found it crazy that a lot of people don't, they spend their hard-earned money, come to the game. You can hang out anywhere. But if I come to the game, I'm coming there to see the game. I want to see my team play.
Shit,
I'm gonna,
exactly. Tell him, Cowboy, you there to,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Cowboy, believe it or not, I'm protesting. I've been protesting ever since I've been in the bins, bro.
Oh
I
yeah.
have not bought any concessions
Oh okay,
since I've
okay,
been
okay,
there
okay, okay. I
until
feel
we
you.
get a playoff game.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But man, I'm gonna tell you something. Those $2 hot dogs, man, them things. Believe it or not, man, them things are good. You can't help but I can do the hot dogs, but I normally eat before and after the game, right? If I do get
Right,
anything there, especially if I'm not in the suite, if I do good, I might get a beer. You know what I mean? It's always a vibe. But at the
right.
same time, like it depends, right? If I got somebody with me, I'll treat them out. But if I'm by myself or whatever, or if it's just me and my wife, we're gonna have a nice little snack before the game, then go out and eat after the game. And because I can't pass up fat Matt ribs on a game day. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it. But yeah, it's. Like I said, man, you're gonna spend your hard-earned money, man. You may as well be in your seat watching the game. I get it. It's a vibe to be walking around, getting seen, and it's the culture of Atlanta, right? But at the same time, like you said, man, some it's a even greater feeling when you're winning. It makes you want to spend money. You know what I mean? You want to go to the you win a few games, playoff games, whatever. Before you leave in the bins, you stopping by the store and you're gonna get a jersey, right? You're gonna get something, another flag or something. You know, it makes you
Exactly.
want to spend money because you're feeling good about your team.
Yeah, some of them drives were real bad drive, but 7 hours, bruh. I'm
Yeah,
just like, man. But then I got thick skin for it now.
yeah.
But I still have that desire. But I don't take the losing as bad as I have in the past.
Yeah,
So I kind of understand it.
right.
When if you don't have it all together, then you want to win, but you can't expect to win anything if you don't have a organized organization.
Well, but I mean,
Right.
shit, we got people coming like you. We got people coming from 7 hours away, and some of these
Mm-hmm.
fools are 10 minutes from the stadium. And they just, they
Walking
rare
distance.
just go over next door to get something off the
Right.
grill and not even put anything under the potluck.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Hey man, but now remember I did the fan video. They're fans too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
fans too, man.
Yeah.
They're
But
helping
hey,
they're helping the networks.
yeah. I mean, some of the best fans are out there. Tailgating. They're out there.
They
I mean,
look, they. I'm not saying anything against the tailgaters. Tailgaters are fine. I'm talking
yeah.
about the people that don't go out of their house at all.
Oh, okay. I feel you on that.
And and
I
and
feel
then
you
and
on
Uh,
then, and
uh,
then, they, then
until
yeah.
because they
until
winning.
and then they the loudest. I'm like, come on, guys. I done rode a many a quiet trains.
All of a
Well,
sudden they ride or die, huh?
Yeah.
well,
I'm on the train. Man, the Falcons
hey,
played today. I'm
You
like,
don't even
man,
know,
this guy like,
you
what?
don't even know it.
Like, man, you about
hey.
to get chopped in the throat.
Then, then,
You
Right,
know what
then,
I'm
right.
saying?
then you got some people lying about going to games too.
Oh man, don't even start.
Yeah. Yeah.
You stupid.
Yeah. 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 We seen such. I'm like, okay. I know you wasn't there. Shoot.
Well,
But
that's all about social media too, man. It's like social media how you doing, saying some things, man. Because you want to be a part of the in crowd, right? So people do and say some things, and that was going on even before social media. Because like when I was in high school, man, I was that guy in high school, right? Everybody, tagged along. I was that well-known athlete, and everybody wanted to tag along, to be my friend. But I ain't gonna say everybody because I had a few enemies in there too. But people that wanted to ride with me, I come back to school like on Monday morning, and I hear a story like, "Yeah, me and E was hanging out this weekend. We was at club such and such," and I'm like, "Wait a minute, what? I was where?"
and
Yeah,
look, and you let them have it too. You be like, all right, yeah,
yeah, I
all
let
right,
them
I let
have
them
it.
have it.
I let them have it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. The people, like I said, people want like being part of the in crowd, right? And there's no problem in that. There's no problem in that. But people want to build a persona, like you hip, And it's something if you don't have a life, it's more easier for them to have a life on social media than outside in the real world. So.
But you know the problem that I've seen
Mhm.
on that subject is that, okay, if you want to be a part of the crowd, that's cool, right?
Mhm.
But don't knock nobody else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Don't knock nobody else for what they doing. If they doing their thing,
Right,
just like and I was trying to be encouraging, right?
right, right,
Say,
right,
yeah, I'm a PSL owner, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
right.
Then it starts saying, oh yeah, 330 think he better than everybody because he's a PSL owner. No, I'm trying to
Man,
encourage people that
right,
if I can do it,
right. You can do it too.
you can do it.
Right. Just pay your
Just,
bill.
just trying to be encouraging.
Right, right.
But
Exactly.
okay then, all right, I'll just tone down then. But
Yeah.
if I'm a fan, why can't I talk about my experiences going to the game?
Right, right, right.
You know, I was You know, and like I tell people, shoot, if it weren't for Mr. Blank, okay, first of all, me being a season ticket holder, a PSL owner,
Mm-hmm.
and you know the perks that come along with that.
Right.
If I wasn't a PSL owner, there's no way I would have been able to go to Houston to the Super Bowl.
Oh, for sure.
Because Mr.
sure.
Blank allowed the tickets that the Falcons had
Mm-hmm.
to go into the lottery.
Right.
And they asked me, did I want to be in the lottery? Sure, whatever, man. You know, we had just beat Green Bay. I'm like, shoot, I'm hyped. I'm out there on 20, coming back. And then they say, hey, your name got pulled in the lottery to go to the Super Bowl. I'm like, man, this must be a scam.
Right.
Send me something in the mail.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
And so they said, okay, then we'll overnight your paperwork. And they overnight it. But you know what the catch was, though, right? I had to come back to Atlanta
Oh yeah.
that Friday to get my tickets. They wouldn't put them in the mail.
Oh wow. That's understandable. That's understandable.
Yeah. They said, nah, you got to come back. You got to come back to the stadium and come. I went to a part of the stadium I didn't know was there. You had to go downstairs and it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was working then. I still was working.
Right.
So that was my one off day. So I did a turnaround. So I didn't even look. When I left the stadium, I had to turn around and come back. Because I had to go back. I had to go to work the next morning.
Right.
So I'm like, you know, them experiences right there. I mean, I'm not knocking nobody, but those are memorable experience for a fan.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, you know, it wasn't nothing I did, because there was no way in the world I would have been able to pay $3,800 to go, you know, for one ticket.
Right.
And that was in section 644.
Right.
So I'm like, nah, Mr. Blank, you need me to do something, I got you. That's why I said on the video, I'll go get JPJ.
You his hype man, huh?
Yeah, I'll be your hype man. Shoot, you let me go to the Super Bowl at cost.
Right.
You know what kind of money they could have made off them tickets?
Man, what?
Shoot.
I know I was looking at those tickets that from what was it? I don't know if it wasn't a playoff game. It was a Super Bowl game down there in Philly. $15,000. I said, my goodness.
And they selling like water.
Man, they be gone before they have a chance to put them up for sale, because a lot of people, especially these corporate guys, they coming in buying 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, 8 of them at a time.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. They got it like water, man. My cousin went, but he big money though. He was down there, down on the lower level, spent about 40. I was like, come on, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Man, 40,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
At where?
At the big
when he went to Houston.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that Houston.
Yeah.
Wow.
He spent about 40, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, wow.
But see, and look, that experience.
And he got the hookup too, cause you know he big time in a corporation that he runs.
Right.
So yeah, but he still spent 40, and he still got a deal.
I saw the ticket price for a nosebleed like $6,500. That's good gracious alive. I said, oh no.
Yeah, trying to tell you, man. So you know, like I said, that's why I did that video, man. I want people to say, hey, man, it's different level to this thing.
Yeah.
You know, ain't nobody knocking nobody, and even though everybody's a fan, some people we're not like them,
right?
And they not like us,
right?
You know, so if let's say you live in Alabama and you're a Falcon fan. Now I'm gonna say further than that. Let's say you in Tennessee and you're a Falcon fan. Man, you can't just make that run.
Right.
Especially if you got a job and you got other responsibilities.
Yeah.
So, and you can be a fan.
Yep.
But for that cat that got it like that stay there too, and they able to fly into Atlanta every week or every home game, hey man, that's a different level.
True that.
Yeah, it's just a different level, man. It's just whatever you commit to.
Right.
You know, and then you got some people, they fans, and they just feel like that it ain't really worth it to go.
Right.
Okay, that's fine too.
Right.
But I don't know. I
But
Well,
don't
some
know what to
people,
say
that's
about
one
that one.
thing too. You're gonna have haters out there just because,
hey,
right?
here,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
here's what we know. Okay, here's what we know.
mhm,
Between us and them, we know the ones that are living.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And like I said, that just, and then you everybody got something that they do that I hope they do that's a part of their life.
Right.
And you know when it's scheduled, that's why when it's important when it's scheduled. Two things I got: my family reunion,
Hmm.
third week of July, wherever we
You
decide
you
to have it.
you don't gotta worry about that. You don't gotta
You
worry.
know, third week in July,
Hmm.
and the I already know what that's gonna be. But then when the schedule comes out, and I'm hoping it comes out in a couple of weeks, I gotta start making plans, man.
Oh yeah.
This is what it
Oh
is.
yeah. Go ahead and
And
put it
I
on the
can't play
calendar.
with it.
Cause
Yeah.
you're going to Vegas this year, right?
Yeah, and I hope I don't bump heads. I got a little group that I travel with. We're trying to go to all the stadiums
Hmm.
in the NFL.
How many of y'all have y'all made so far?
I think we're going on about 10.
Okay.
About 10.
That's yeah. That's work. Work.
But I want to get me, you know what? I met some guys from Chicago, and they've got patches from every stadium that they went to
Yeah.
on a jersey. And
That's a
I
good
want to
idea.
start doing that.
That's a good idea.
And then when I go to the different stadiums, instead of wearing my Falcon gear, because I rep everywhere I go,
Right.
I'll wear that jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll go viral with that.
Well, hey, you already said you three dirty jersey is on its way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I done stepped into another level there. Finally gonna get me a personalized jersey.
Uh, don't call him.
Yeah, I done caught the fever now.
And I haven't got there yet. I'm still sticking with the custom. Yeah, I'm still sticking with the custom. Get the pandemic put on the back.
Well,
Yeah,
man, you got how many jerseys you got, man?
man. You know what? I lost count.
Oh my goodness.
Probably it's probably close to about. I would say about 40.
Mm.
Probably like 35 to 40, maybe. Yeah, 10 of them in frame. Yeah.
Did you get them autographed?
No, I haven't gotten no jerseys autographed. I haven't got none autographed. I didn't like when I go, and even if I do see him, I kind of like play back seat, kind of, you know. But if I ever get the chance to, like to say, like a Michael Turner, I'll probably make a beeline to him and try to get him to sign, or Jesse Tuggle. That's my white favorite player. Steve Bartkowski. People who kind of like shape the Falcon culture. People who uh, but I just don't I don't bring them to the practice outside of the one I wear, and but other than that, nah, uh,
Well, I do have an Andrews. I have a William Andrews jersey.
yeah,
And I actually know this guy, right? Know his family. Supposed to be
hmm,
keying down the road a little bit. His
okay,
his his mother and my grandmother were cousins, so I don't really call that kin. But I
okay,
want him to sign that jersey, and if I ever run into him, I can't catch him in Thomasville. But if I can get him to sign that jersey, I'm gonna retire it. I'm gonna put it in a frame. Cause
yeah,
I actually saw him play in high school.
okay,
I was a lot younger than him, but I remember him playing in high school. And
okay.
this cat was amazing, man. Um, in junior high, he actually played quarterback.
Oh wow,
Yeah, but that's a whole nother story for another
yeah.
time. But yeah, yeah.
Oh
And then
man,
But when he went to when he went to varsity though, man, went to Thomasville High, man, they had to switch up because they already had their quarterback now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure y'all boys knew about Thomasville back in the day.
Yeah.
Thomasville was
Yeah.
tearing everybody up.
Yeah. It was always those small town schools because like back when I was playing, it was like always Green Teleferro, like Thomasville, Cochran. It was always those small schools that were ripping up. Now Southwest Cab had made a name for themselves too.
Okay.
But that's that's just here in the metro. But it wasn't too many schools in the metro outside of like Doug, Mays, who had the rivalry that was always gone. But it was always those small schools in those country, back in the day we used to say country hick town, like we weren't from the country. But back then it was always players who was always cocky strong. It wasn't that weight bench strong. It was that cocky country.
Cocky strong. Them
country
boys strong.
Man, what? That's when football was football.
Yeah.
I ain't no disrespect to what's going on today, but that's when football was football. People were playing with broken arms. You know what I mean?
Y'all didn't never run into K-Row, did you?
Yeah, K-Row too. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
K-Row was tough down there, boy.
Man.
Wait, look, and that's what they used to always say, but them syrup makers, boy, where in the world did they find these football players from?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? And I think it had a lot to do with the food. You know what I mean? Because like it was a big difference between the city boys and country boys when it came to size, when it actually came to the game. It was a different mentality, right? Like the country boys had like a no nonsense, get it done by any means necessary mentality, while the city boys, it was more cultured, it was more structured, technique, that type of thing. And the country boys just wanted to go get it done, just go win the game. It was like playing King of the Hill, on a football field. But
you gotta remember this though. You gotta remember this. Them boys used to be in the summertime. Them boys working in the fields during the day.
Yeah,
they had to go to practice at night.
Rolling hay bales. Yeah.
Yeah. Them boys had to go to they practice at night because they done worked in the field because their parents was like, man, they had the farms and they was like, man, we got to get it in.
They weren't in school all day.
No.
They had to work them. They had to work them farms too.
Yeah, they had to work them farms. Said, look, we'll let him play, but he got to get out in that field because back in them days, man.
Yeah.
In the 70s and 60s, man, them parents, they ain't care nothing about no sports. They was like, we'll let them play.
Yeah.
But we got to get this crop in because a lot of them was sharecropping.
3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning before they go to school and go to work in the fields.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when my granddad used to come in there, I used to feel so sorry for him, man. My granddad used to come in there and wake my uncles up. It was early in the morning too. And I used to hear him say, "Don't wake that baby up." Hey, and he said, if I had to come back here and wake y'all up again.
Right.
Look, they didn't have no alarm clock back then.
No.
There was no alarm. They got up like it was instilled in them to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was crazy, man. But it had so much, it was so much fun though.
It was fun, man.
It wasn't like it was today, you can leave out the house, and don't have to come back in. And even when the street lights came on, as long as you were within eyesight, you didn't have to come in the house.
No.
You stayed all day long, all night long, playing football. King of the Hill. Go swim in the creek a little bit. But man, that was when football was football. And that's what a lot of these I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say a lot of them don't come into the appreciation of the game of football. Right now, it's become the NIL deal, and I can understand why Nick Saban was like, "Okay, I'm done." Because the NIL deals have taken over the appreciation of football now. Social media has taken over. It's more about what you can do on social media, how much money you can make doing it, as opposed to having the heart. And that's not saying all players like that, because you do have some players that do come in and actually take it serious to heart. You know what I mean? They live, breathe football. You know what I mean? They still trying to get it the hard way, because they don't have the NIL deals, you know. But NIL deals is like, and I get it, these colleges make a lot of money off these players. They can afford to do it. But at the same time, it's ruining the appreciation of the game. You know, that grit it takes to get to the next level. It's like now you get to the next level, it's like ho hum. Back in the day when players made it to the NFL levels, oh man, it was a worldwide epidemic. It was a worldwide function that you got to the NFL.
It sure was.
Now it's like, okay. And then even when they get to the NFL, they expect for everything to be handed to them on a platter. And it don't work like that. You know, like in college, you know, if you came in and you was a great athlete, you got the NIL deal and everything was handed to you. You know, you got it on the platter. All you had to do was go out there and play. You got to perform, but all you had to do is go play. But now, I mean, and then once they get to the NFL, when they realize they got to actually work for it, there's no transfer portal to jump into.
Right.
You know, and now if the situation don't work out for them, they're quick to blame the team.
That's what happens, man.
They quick to blame the team, and I'm like, no, it don't work like that in the NFL, brother. You got to produce.
That's the only thing you had to do. You just had to produce, and you know they especially them just like with Sabian, you know, he bringing them blue chip, them 5-star boys up in there, and now them boys like, man, I don't want to come over there.
Yeah,
you buying me a car? I need more than a car now.
Yeah, and you find it strange because you know Nick Saban probably one of the best coaches to ever coach football, right? Players lined up to go play with Nick Saban, but as time went along, Nick Saban became the bad guy. How he talked to people, how he ran his practices. They didn't want the structure. They didn't want to be told they had to be in their rooms by 7 o'clock, 7:30.
Oh no, they don't want that.
They don't want that structure. You see, a player like me when I was coming up, I would have gravitated like crazy to a coach like Nick Saban, somebody who's gonna get me to the next level, doing the things I'm supposed to do, and doing it right. You know what I mean? It's not building on your persona and what you have built up socially. I want that coach to be dialed in on me like that. I want that coach to be like we had a Coach Rice that was in high school. He didn't care how good you were or how good you thought you were. You're gonna get that same mouthpiece that everybody else got. If you mess up on that field, he's gonna get you. He's gonna be that coach. He's gonna come get you.
I got a question.
He ain't gonna be nice about it.
I got a question for you on that. Your opinion. With Deion Sanders, the way that he changed the game for defensive backs, how he came out of college, how he came to Atlanta.
Right.
Do you think that he's more in touch with this whole NIL and portal thing than a lot of coaches because of his pedigree and how he kind of was a pioneer?
For sure. See, what the thing about Matt Ryan, the thing about Deion is he knows what it takes to get to the next level, right? He's not going to come in there. He's not going to allow any player to come to his school, and I'm going to say it his school because it is. He's not going to allow any player to come to Colorado demanding what Colorado should be paying them in the NIL deal. It's not going to happen. And what I appreciate about and respect Deion for, he likes your skill. Yeah, he wants you to ball out on the field, but he gonna care about your what you're doing in the classroom. He gonna care what you're doing in the street. See, like, well, what was the guy's name that got killed? The rapper, part of the Three Amigos, the first one, Take Off. When he got off in the street, right? Deion called in the emergency team meeting. He called an emergency team meeting, and he basically told them, he was told them, like, when you start making a certain amount of money, and this when it had nothing to do about football. It all had to do about was life, right? Because all those kids listen to Migos, during practice, during their walking to and from school, class, or whatever. These kids dialed in on Three Amigos. They were all about the same age. So Deion called that emergency team meeting. And he said, "Look, when you get to a certain status in life, when you start making a different account, a certain amount of money, you got to change the things that you do, the things you say, where you hang out, how you eat, people you associate with." He said, "People gonna talk about you. So when you say you're gonna leave the neighborhood, then leave it. Don't go back hanging out in your neighborhood, because you are not the same person that you left. The people that you left behind are not gonna be the same people towards you that you think gonna be the same way towards you.
What I mean,
You're gonna have people out there plotting. You're gonna have people out there plotting for your downfall." And that's why I never could understand why. And I get it. You don't want to leave your friends, the people that you grew up with. But at the same time, just like you got friends back there, you got just as many enemies that hope you fall, that's going to help you fall so you can be back at home with them. And Deion caught so much.
Everyone here knows what happened to Sean Taylor, right?
Yeah. Look at what's his name, Hernandez, Mr. Second Life Hernandez. He's passed away now, but look at him. He couldn't leave his old life behind.
Yeah.
About that life now.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens to a lot of these athletes. They try to go back and they think they're doing good, but eventually they just get roped back into the same bullshit that they were trying to escape.
Yeah.
Why? And I'm gonna actually point something out. Why do you think that during like the NFL draft and shit, a lot of these stories that you hear about players, all the player stories that you hear, because they don't highlight every player.
Right.
Why do you think that all the player stories that you hear, the main ones that you're hearing about, is about young men who, their dad got killed, or their dad's in prison, or they grew up in the projects, or something like that?
Yeah. Makes for great content.
Success story.
Yeah, it makes for great content. See, if you came up with a silver spoon in your mouth and you stayed out of trouble, you made good grades.
You ain't interested.
You did community service, and you did community service not because you got a court case, but you did community service just because. If you was a clean cut player, they would not highlight you. They would not talk about that.
Man, Fernando Mendoza, he ain't interesting for shit.
Right. Yeah. They're not going to talk about that.
Bijan ain't either.
You can look at him and you can tell he ain't been Bijan. Yeah, Bijan. You can tell. Yeah. You can look at him and tell those guys, they grew up in very upper middle class environments.
Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, nothing.
There's nothing wrong with that. But it just goes to show you how the media creates, like we were just talking about, media creating a persona of a certain group of people.
What?
Right? Like with JPJ, for example. Right?
Yeah. Let me ask y'all a question.
They took him getting in trouble, and they went all the way back to high school. And this is what I mean by people who you grew up with plotting just to have you fall back down to their level. Because there was no reason in the world that kid from high school had any reason to get on social media and say, well, he was always like that. He was always that guy.
Hey, there will be people like
He
He
was
was he was glad to see that.
Cause
Yeah, he was
hey,
glad to see it
probably
because
because he was
there was
jealous. Probably because he was
Yeah.
jealous he couldn't make it and JPJ did.
yeah, he could have kept that to himself or not say nothing at all. He could have. But there was no benefit for him to get on social media and spread that around. Like he was all like some reporter was interviewing him. There was absolutely no reason. There was no benefit to it except to bring JPJ down, and that's what he set
But
out to do.
let me ask y'all a question, okay? What do you? I'm gonna ask this question because we were talking about players and their environments and all these stories and stuff. Does anyone remember Bijan? I mean, of course we remember Bijan getting drafted, but was there anything special about Bijan's walkout when he was drafted? Was there?
I don't think so.
Was there anything? Okay. Was there anything special about Drake London's walkout when he was drafted?
Nope.
No.
OG might know where I'm going with this, but y'all remember Tack McKinley's walkout, right?
Yeah.
And that,
not Mr. Dedication.
Hey, that was the defining moment of his career on draft night.
Yeah. That was. It sure was. That's the only thing he's known for.
Yep.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I guess he was saying he did what he promised his grandmama, I guess.
Yeah.
Is he still in the league?
There's nothing wrong.
I don't think so.
There's nothing wrong with showing emotion.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
But it's like my coach used to tell me, no matter what I did, act like you've done it before.
Exactly.
Act like you've done it before. Act like yeah. I mean, like I'm not gonna say how I would have reacted because I mean, being young, you on the spotlight, you're in the spotlight, all the lights on, you got millions of people watching you, and I'm not gonna say what I would have done, to be honest with you, but at the same time, I would have still had that humbling walk. Going up there, shaking my hand, getting my jersey, tipping my hat to the crowd, that type of thing. And that's just me predicting what I would have done, right? There's nothing I would have done that would have made me stand out, right? And getting drafted is probably one of the biggest highlight of these athletes' careers, right? And it probably will be for a lot of them because probably half of them won't make the team. But at the same time, it's the biggest spotlight probably in their life outside of them having a child or getting married or whatever. But they're on the biggest stage in life. And millions of people watching. It's an emotional moment. And I get it. But you still have to act. I ain't going to say you have to. But me just thinking, if it was my son, he would already know, have that humbling attitude when you walk across that stage.
You're not going up there acting a fool.
Right. You're not going up there turning flips or hitting a split or just have a humbling attitude when you walk across that stage.
Well, hey, a lot of them don't even go to the draft anymore. Have y'all noticed that?
Yeah.
They're at home. And I don't know if that's just because they want to be around family or if that's part of it is, maybe some of their mamas and their daddies are, they know that if they go there, they might not be able to contain the, but they're in their own home, obviously mama and daddy still have the control.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's in other words, like B30 was saying, like you want to act a certain way where at least not negatively anyway, where it will highlight you in a negative light. Right. It's like graduations, right? It used to be just walk across the stage, grab your diploma, shake your hand, look back at it, mom, smile, take a picture with you, holding your diploma, whatever, get off the stage. Now, man, it's a whole circus now. There's no respect, no dignity to it no more, no respect to the occasion, because it's more than. And I get it. It's
well. hey, you,
it's an emotional moment for your child to walk across that stage after 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years, depending on whether or not they went to college, to walk across that stage and grab their diploma. I get it. But at the same time, respect the occasion.
well,
Because
hey,
one, it's
you
not
know,
just you walking across that stage.
the student
So
the
if you going up
students are
there,
really the least of it. How the families
oh
PA.
man,
OG,
oh,
you there?
Yeah.
Tell them about the grandmama at the kindergarten graduation.
not the one that's twerking.
Yeah. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I saw. I saw. I don't know if we talking about the same one, but I saw the video of the
Had on a
grandmama.
mask.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I can't remember. It was a kindergarten graduation. I know that. And the grandmama went up there twerking, and I look. I don't know, man, but it's I don't know if it's just the way that the things are moving now because things have changed, or because I'm just like the OG of the old man of the group, Maybe I just see things different, but that's like at weddings, people don't dress up for weddings anymore. Don't dress up for funerals, and these are dignified events. Like if I'm going to a wedding, I'm putting on. I'm not. It probably won't be a tuxedo, but it'll be a suit,
Right.
right? It's gonna be a suit. If I'm going to a graduation, I'm going in a suit. I'm going to a funeral, I'm going to a suit. I'm going in a suit.
Well,
That's just me.
a lot of times now. Well, yeah. Hey, you go into church now every Sunday.
That was gonna be my next point.
Hey, and look, I'm not the type of guy that likes to dress up, really, really ever.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, I gotta go to an event Thursday that I gotta, I'm gonna have to kind of dress up on. I'm gonna have to,
yeah,
probably
right,
put a suit on for it. And
right,
I'm not, never really the big type to dress up, man. Matter of fact,
right.
I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I've ever actually wore a suit in my life. And most of the
Right.
time, man, really, I think the only times I've ever worn a suit was, I think to my sister's wedding, another wedding that I
Mm-hmm.
went to, um, graduation, stuff like that. But I'm gonna have to go to this event Thursday, and I'm probably gonna have to put a suit on. But I'm not too big on dressing up. I'm
Right,
really
right.
not too big on dressing up. I like to just go shorts, t-shirt,
Yeah.
flip flops. I mean, listen. Y'all, if y'all see me at the games, y'all know I'm not a, not. I'm a laid back guy, in terms of how I like to dress. I like to be comfortable over everything.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and that's the same thing with church. I'll go up into church, when I do go, and just, plain t-shirt. Might not even have any buttons on it. It's just a plain t-shirt and,
Mm-hmm.
some jeans. But see,
Right.
that some people, they show up to church, and I don't necessarily. I like to think that God doesn't necessarily care. God mainly cares that you're there. But a lot of
Right.
people, some of these people go up into church. They go up in there with a white beater on. They go up in there like they're going to
Yeah.
the strip club.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, that's the thing too. People, when they came out with this slogan, it's not a slogan. It's not a slogan because it's in the Bible. But when the churches started using it as a weapon to get people to come into the church, come as
Come
you
as
are,
you are.
come as you are. And you know where I'm going with this 330, dirty. Uh, when the Bible tells you to come as you are, he's not talking about as you are dressed. It is still a dignified occasion.
Right.
It is still you still have to respect the house, right? The way a lot of these people come to church now, man, there is no more of respect. Look, I can go on forever, but I'm not gonna do that because a lot of people I'm already gonna catch some slack because I brought it up. But the way some of these people come to church, you're not respecting nobody. You're not even respecting yourself. And
Cowboy.
mm,
You remember they used to have it. A word that you haven't heard in a long time. I'm gonna say it.
What's that?
You know, when you used to get ready to go to church back in the day, you
Mm-hmm.
put on your Sunday best.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You haven't heard that in a long time, man.
Never heard that in a minute.
Man,
Sunday
It was
hey,
best.
the reason I haven't heard it in a while because I was brought up that way.
nowadays,
You put on a
man.
suit.
Hey, nowadays, the only reason anyone knows Sunday best is because of that song.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good
And I'm
song
talking
too,
about
by the way.
Yeah.
look, and I'm talking about you drove your best car.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
drove that one car,
hey,
the
you
best car to church.
you
Yeah.
packed the entire
Sunday best.
family in there too.
Yeah. Now, and that's what that's what I tell people all the time, man. When I tell people like when the Bible tells you to come as you are, that means spiritually come as you are, not
Don't
physically.
don't not go because you feel like you are such a bad person
Right.
that you can't go and worship.
Right.
That's what they mean.
But it's
Come
like you
as you
said
are.
though.
Whatever you got on you, this is where you're supposed to get it cleaned up at.
Mm-hmm. Now there are circumstances, because I'm not saying that you can't do it, but there are circumstances because you got some people that go through things in life. They don't have what what other people may have. You may have somebody that's coming off the street who's no longer homeless that wants to come into church but can't, that don't have a suit, but you can understand that. But if you have the means to come dressed respectfully, then you need to do that. That's just my personal opinion. Boy, I can see my box, our mailbox being blown up tomorrow. But at the very least, have on a sport coat. They've relaxed a lot when it comes to the tie, to the necktie. I'm a necktie guy. I collect neckties. But they've relaxed a lot when it comes to the necktie. I can give you that. But at the very least, put on a sport coat, some nice little, soft bottom shoes. Don't come in there with your J's on.
They wearing them, boy.
Yeah, I know. Trust me.
With
I
the dresses.
know.
They put dresses on with them J's.
Man, what?
Falling up in there.
Man, you go up in there. Hey, I ever see a woman, and I have seen it. I see you with a dress on with some J's. I'm like, who the hell even are you?
Dude.
Man, hey, shoot. And I don't want, listen, I don't want to sound what they say is sexist, but
right.
J's and a dress do not go together.
Look, you got
then
women coming in there.
You're gonna be saying it a lot then, cause they wearing them, but
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. We can go all night talking about the what.
No, I don't think I'm gonna be able to go all night. I don't think I'll be able to go all night tonight now. I'm about to actually have to get up out of here in a few minutes. But hey, I see y'all still watching. Y'all want to tap the link for a few minutes. The link is still there. Man, y'all need to start tapping these links. We're going to be going live a good bit. Matter of fact, still, remember when I was saying I'm going to start going live every Sunday night and we can just do throwback streams where we talk about dedicated to different eras of Falcon football. Y'all still want to do that?
Say it one more time.
You want to, every Sunday night, y'all want to, I know OG's down for it. Y'all want to, do streams just dedicated to different eras of Falcon football and y'all can come and talk about it?
Oh yeah, I'm all in on that. Let's do that.
Yeah. We'll start that up in a few weeks.
Yeah, that'll work.
But yeah, they be coming up in there all crazy. Hey, dressed like they just got out of the club at 5 a.m.
Right.
They went over to the Waffle House, made out with the bitch that works over there with no teeth, breath smelling, and then they walk up in the church and the eyes are closed during the prayer, but not because they're praying.
Right.
Well, look,
Exactly.
I'm at to push back on that one now. I don't care. Back in the day, I don't care how late you stayed out at the club.
Yeah.
You've gone up in that church house Sunday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah.
talking about wore out.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
you still
You better
you
get up
didn't
in there.
go this past Sunday, OG.
Hey, look. One thing for certain: if you anywhere close to grandma, and grandma hear about what you doing in the street, and you don't show up in church on Sunday,
That's what I'm talking about.
You might as well become a runaway.
Hey man, grandma
yeah,
coming to see
exactly.
you.
And see,
No,
you can only
she
hide
gonna
from.
tell you. Tell me, come on over there. Tell me, come on
Mm-hmm.
over here.
Yeah.
Where you was at, boy? You was
Yeah.
out there shaking a leg last night. I know
There
that.
you go. There
Hey,
you
you was out there chasing that girl tail around.
go.
Out there being fast.
Yeah. And you can only hide from grandma for so long now.
Hey,
You can
Exactly.
only ignore.
OG, I
You
know.
might miss. You might miss 2, maybe 3 phone calls, but after that, she pulling up on you.
She pulling up,
Yeah.
exactly. She pulling up. She
Yeah.
don't care. Hey, OG,
Either that
I
or she
know.
gonna send one of your uncles over there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, that probably worse too.
Yeah.
That gonna be
Because the uncle
worse.
gonna get you, and then when you get over there to grandma, grandma gonna get you.
So
Yeah.
you getting double it. OG, I know
Oh
you're
man.
probably like that though as grandpa though.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. Grandma said something to me one day. No, it was my uncle. He said something to me. He told me to go do. I know what he told me. He told me to go to the mailbox, right? And all of us was out there. So I'm like tripping, like, oh, why he telling me to go to the mailbox? So I'm walking off, and I said something back, and he said, "What? What did you say?" And I couldn't say it fast enough. My uncle got me. He went and told my grandmama. My grandmama got me. He told my granddaddy. My granddaddy got me. My granddaddy didn't get me bad, but my granddaddy got me. And then when my mama came home,
Your mama got you.
oh,
And you know
oh
mama
my
gonna
goodness,
be on one because you disrespecting your elders.
man, what?
Exactly.
What? Look, I remember the worst. I'm gonna say worst whooping, worst beating I got.
There you go.
I'm talking about worst beating.
We ain't getting no whooping. We got beatings.
In elementary school. Elementary school, I got into a fight with a kid. Right, I got this kid on the ground and I'm beating him, not paying attention to what's going on around me. Somebody comes up behind me and grab me by my shirt. And the boy who I was fighting, his cousin go to the same school, so I'm thinking it was his cousin. So without looking back, I reached back and I slapped. Pow! And it was a teacher.
Oh!
It was a teacher.
Wow.
I know the
look,
entire town was tearing up your ass.
man, what? And I'm sitting out there outside the principal's office, and I can hear the principal talking to my mom on the phone. Can't hear what my mom was saying. I can just hear what the principal was saying.
Did the principal have a paddle?
Wait, what? A paddle? She didn't need one. No, because I didn't go to that type of high school, elementary school at the time.
Okay.
Because my principal at that time was she was kind of frail. She wasn't old, but she wasn't that tight. And matter of fact, she's one of these principals that it's gonna hurt you more than it hurt me. Yeah, it would literally hurt her more. She probably start crying. But anyway, sitting outside the principal's office, and the principal office was directly across from the main office, and there were 2 chairs, one outside the principal's office, one outside the main office. It was this big old hallway. You could throw a pin down the hallway and hear it drop. But anyway, I'm sitting outside the office in that one chair, and it's like 6 doors going across the front of the building where you enter the building. And my mom at the time drove a 1972 Pontiac Catalina that needed a catalytic converter on it. And I can hear her. I'm in Buckhead, and I can hear her turn off of Peachtree Boulevard, off of Peachtree Road.
You went to school in Buckhead?
Yes, sir.
Oh, they
I
wasn't
went to
even
school in
messing around
Buckhead.
like that. Oh, hey,
No.
that's why hey, that principal, she was probably like, damn, I really,
So,
even after what you did, she probably did not want to call your mom.
she she did not. She did not, but she had to because of
She
the
had
teacher. Yeah,
exactly. If you would have just been
yeah,
fighting the student, she may have actually have covered for you.
yeah, exactly. They would have just broke it up. We would have sat in the corner for the rest of the day. That type of thing. No treats. But when my mom opened that door to the school, look, I'm not even exaggerating this. When my mom was like maybe 5'6", 5'5", 5'6". She was short, petite. But when she opened that door, she looked like all I could see was her silhouette in that doorway, because all I saw was daylight behind her, and her frame, her body looked like it filled up that whole doorway. Boy, you talking about somebody who was sitting there, and I mean, you talk about the feeling of going to the bathroom number 2. Oh my God. And my mom, by the time she got through talking to the principal, got to the car, I sat in the back seat all the way over on the passenger side, all the way to the right. And from Buckhead to East Lake Meadows, from Buckhead
Oh,
to just
you
give y'all an idea where it was.
you were in East Lake Meadows, baby.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Between Memorial Drive and Glenwood, my mom tore our butt up all the way from Buckhead to Memorial Drive, Glenwood, in that area, East Atlanta. Tore my butt up. Every red light she came to, oh, she just reached back, man, and just tore my butt up. Got home, and apparently she had just went shopping. At that time, Zara department store was open, and she had a brand new iron in her hand. She had the iron in one hand, the cord doubled over in the other hand, and she was lighting me up. Oh, that cord hurt, and I guess she couldn't get, she felt like she wasn't getting me good enough. She cut the cord off a brand new iron. She went to the kitchen and got that knife, cut the cord off a brand new iron. And I called myself running from her, hiding under the bed. Oh, look, I can still feel the chills right now, brothers. I'm up under the bed, man. I'm talking about every swing from that cord. I can hear it coming. And I called myself, oh my God. Look, I was trying my best to come up under that bed. It's like she didn't even want me to come up under there. She was swinging, and every hit, oh my goodness. Look, I'm stopped telling this story because my chills now. But that was the worst beating in my life. I every time I tell that story, I feel these chills because I can still feel it.
Oh.
Now, when I tell my sons and them, like, back then, there was no such thing as child abuse.
You got it much. I'm sure you told them you got it much easier than us.
What?
Because
there was no such thing.
Because if you call the police right now on me, I'm going to jail.
Man, what? Of course. You can't even verbally abuse your child without catching a case. Because they might not take you to jail for verbally abusing your child, but they'll write it up.
They're going to open a DCFS case.
Next thing you know, social worker's going to show up at your house.
Back then.
But my wife and I, our kids, like, my wife and I had already said, like, if either one of them, we got 3 grown sons, and if either one of them felt the need, they need to call the police. Oh yeah, they gonna go back with them.
Exactly.
They were gonna go back with him.
Tell me what
and I didn't pull no punches. My wife, she would sit there and she'll talk to him and all that type of stuff, but I was the disciplinarian. And people were like, man, you don't think you're too hard on your sons? Like, no, I'm not raising no boys. I'm raising young men. These are young men we got here.
What I told them.
And to this day, my oldest son is 31. Yeah, I think is he 30 or 31? 31. And to this day, I still get compliments from his high school teacher about how humble he was, how respectful he was. She said it was almost scary. But that came up from home, home bringing. But the thing it is, like, they weren't perfect by no means because they got into their little mischief, you know. But they didn't get into nothing that would warrant them, going to jail or being put in school suspension, that type of stuff. They didn't do that. They got into the thing where they knew exactly how far to take the teacher because we were little parents. Like, we don't care how small the problem is. You call us, you contact us so we can nip it in the bud.
Exactly.
That type of thing. But we had one teacher out of all three of them going to school 12 years. We had one teacher that decided, oh no, I got this. I can handle this. I'm the disciplinarian at the school. So she decided not to contact us. And we tell them, like, we give them our email. At the time we had pages, cell phones. We were like, hey, we don't care how minute you think the problem is. If there are a problem in the classroom, they're disrupting the class, you call us, you contact us. And I tell them, I got no problem coming up to the school. Yeah, but she decided she wanted to handle it herself. And she found out why we were so strict on, you contacting us, letting us know what the problem is. And it's not about, because her excuse was, you got your son scared of you. No, they're not scared of me. They're afraid of those consequences.
They
though.
respect me.
Right, exactly.
And how'd she try to handle it?
She didn't.
Oh.
She didn't. She was just telling like as a kindergarten, take a seat, be quiet, that type of thing. And my middle son was that one. Is always that middle child. But he was that one that would test every teacher.
Yeah. You know what they say. The oldest ends up being the most mature, and the baby learns from all the mistakes.
Exactly.
The middle one don't got a fucking clue. You can't do anything.
Man, what? Him. He was that guy. He was that one that would test it, and he took it to the limit every time. And and what was funny is he's 6'3", 2. He lost a whole bunch of weight because he got at his heaviest he was 6'2", 275. I think he's down like maybe 220 now, 225, something like that. But he a big teddy bear. But at the same time, if you let him get away with murder, he gonna take it to the limit and then some.
Yeah.
You give him an inch, he gonna take a mile. But like I said, they got into their little mischief. And like me, I didn't even want you to get in mischief. Yeah. I was that type of person.
You said okay. When did you let your kids have cell phones?
When they started playing football in high school.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Because after practice they need to call, pick us up and that type of thing.
But that's at all the same time.
Yeah. But at the same time, they knew what to do and what not to do with them cell phones. Because once you lost it, you lost it.
Or once you did something stupid on it.
Yeah. Well, it's not really about doing something because I didn't want to take this fight out of them. You know what I mean? And it was more about establishing structure and responsibility, right? One, we didn't ever want to have them out there because people just don't go do crazy things these days. So we wanted to keep the cell phone somewhere between the three boys. But if you got your cell phone took, yeah, you just waiting until we decided, okay, we think he's out of football practice. We're gonna go out there and get him. That type of thing. So if you felt like, you used somebody else's cell phone to call us, but you didn't have the responsibilities that you think your friends got and that type of thing to feel like, you growing up. And see, that's one thing I didn't want to inhibit them doing, is feeling their freedom to grow up.
Yeah.
But what I was trying to do is drive them to make great decisions, make better decisions.
Oh.
Not always the right decisions, but make better decisions. At least stop and think about what you're doing before you do it.
Well, kind of the reason I asked that, and me and OG have kind of talked about it too. Did you just see today that law was signed in? It was signed into law, the cell phone ban in high schools.
Yeah, and it needs to be. It needs to be.
And I don't want to get OG started on that one.
But the thing is, if your child, like I said, you have to establish some type of responsibility with the cell phones, right? Because there are some of these kids now, that is their end all be all. I'm staying on this cell phone 24 hours a day. I mean, if they didn't have to get up and go use the restroom, they probably wouldn't put the cell phone down. And we know that why? Because they're on the game all day, all night. They don't even get their homework done. So, and we know what it is. We get it. It's things are not the same as when we grew up, But at the same time, you're shortchanging yourself if you're not doing what you're supposed to do in school. If you're gonna stay on that phone all day, right? And then it's a whole lot of reasons why. I ain't gonna say it's a whole lot. It's a few reasons why the cell phones are coming out of the schools. I mean, well, they should consider it anyway. Put the thing in your locker. You don't need it during the school day. If you get sick, go to the office, call your mom, or go to your locker, get your phone, call your mom, call your folks, come get you, whatever. But during class time, there's absolutely no reason during class a child needs their phone. None.
No.
See,
not during class.
OG said at his school there wouldn't be none.
I was principal because I don't know. I know up here these students, man, they get into the fights with these teachers when they take the phone.
Yeah.
Give me. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm glad when my kids were coming up, cell phones wasn't that popular. So
yeah.
I didn't have time to deal with that.
Yeah.
Man, these kids don't know
what I had going on.
My sons, I think it was that middle one. If I had to guess, I don't remember which one it was. One of them got in trouble in school, and at that time, all three of them had cell phones. And I want to say it was my middle son, but anyway, when he got in trouble, he lost everything. And my sons, they're not spoiled. They spoiled compared to what their friends are saying. But, they had their cell phone, they had the computer, they had the laptop, they had the iPad, and they had all this in their room. They had the Xbox, they had the PlayStation. They had all of this. As long as they did what they're supposed to do, they got whatever they asked for. And it wasn't them being spoiled. It was that they showed responsibility, so they got the reward. But anyway, he got in trouble in school, and my instruction to him when he walked through the door, I want everything out of your room except that bed, a blanket, and a pillow. I want everything out of your room.
And your homework. Your homework stays with you.
Yeah, of course. And the desk, they had a little desk in this room, but everything comes out of your room. And the clothes that were hanging up in the closet, but everything. Oh, and they, I'm a J's guy, so they all wore J's. The J's come out of your room. All you got is those Adidas. You can keep those in there. Everything else comes out of your room, lined up in the hallway. Every day he came home, he had to walk past all of his stuff sitting in the hallway. So he had to see what he's losing. But in his room, I had to show him, like, hey, if you want to act a fool, this is where you're going to end up. And this is how the jail cell is. You got a blanket, a pillow, and that bed. And he didn't eat with the rest of us. When my wife cooked, oh, no, he didn't eat.
Oh, nah, come on.
No. Because my wife, when she cooked, my wife throw down in that kitchen. When she cooked, well, of course, at that time, she had to cook like football team, because all three of them playing football. But when she throw down in the kitchen, and when she cooks, she cooks. But yeah, you went to your room and you stayed there, do your homework. That's it, study. And while we were eating, you got a bowl of cereal.
Oh, come.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
man. You
yeah.
yeah, you didn't give your boys a bowl of cereal when they got in trouble.
I gave them a bowl of cereal while we was in there eating steak or salmon or whatever, pork chops, chicken or whatever we were eating.
Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey man, look here on Dirty Bird Fly Through. If he didn't discipline him, when he got grown, somebody else was gonna discipline him.
Oh yeah,
Sure enough.
that's
And
right. Yeah,
If you can read between the lines.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
I get
it wasn't about, and there was no abuse in there because they
No.
still had a roof over their head.
Yeah.
They still had clothes on their back. They still ate. It might not be what he wanted to eat, but he still ate. I didn't put my hands on him.
Did you even scream at him?
Didn't even scream at him.
No, when you make moves like that, you ain't gotta talk
Didn't
loud.
even scream at him. No. Sure enough, didn't.
Let
even
me
scream
get
at
that. Let me get that off of you right there.
Yeah.
So you just calmly told him when he came in that day, I want everything out of your room
Yeah.
except your bed.
Oh yeah, I need to have all that.
I walked
And
him down
your
into
homework.
his room, walked inside his room, and I told him, just like I told you, I want everything out of your room except the bed, the pillow, and the blanket, and your clothes. Everything else out of your room.
How'd your wife take that?
My wife thought I went too far. But at the same time, you know, that's how women gonna be like that, right?
She told you that when y'all later on, right?
No. Like I said, I'm the disciplinarian.
Okay.
I could have did worse than that. I could have yelled at him, whooped his butt, and still took his stuff out of the room. Which we did. I did that on another occasion because it was just that bad. But at the same time, it wasn't because like
What'd he do? What did he do?
you know what? I don't even remember.
Okay.
I don't even remember. I know it had something about disrespecting the teacher. I know that.
Yeah, well,
I was going to say that when you did that, they had to do something with just being disrespectful to another adult.
Yeah,
disrespect or something.
Yeah, it was disrespecting because I've always told them, like, when they were in school, that teacher is an extension of me. You disobeying the teacher, you disobeying me because I told you to always obey the teacher. I don't care what you got going on, you do what the teacher instructs you to do. Verbatim.
I thought it was.
Yeah. I know that one other occasion where my oldest son got into a fight, and I don't care what other kids do, but my thing for you, if somebody's bothering you, now people may say, well, that ain't the way. Somebody hit you, you hit them back. But my thing to my son, because I know how my son's temper was, my thing to them was, if somebody messing with you, they hit you or whatever, you tell that person to leave you alone. Give them one warning. He do it again, you go up there, you tell the instructor in the classroom.
Exactly.
And if that don't work, you got my permission. If that does not work, after you tell that teacher what's going on, if that teacher don't do nothing, you got my permission to walk out of that classroom, walk straight to the principal's office.
There you go.
You walk straight to the principal's office, and if they don't do nothing and that kid still bothers you,
call me.
Whooping his ass. And he did it just like that. And he stayed out of trouble with me. Now, the principal saw fit that he still wanted to suspend him. Now I said, no, sir. Because my son did everything I told him to do. And he put the ball in y'all court and y'all didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, you dropped the ball.
And you guys dropped the ball. This kid still saw fit to still mess with him And he did exactly what I told him to do, because there was only one thing that was going to happen after he came and told you guys, and y'all didn't do nothing about it. That kid was going to become a bully to my son, and I was not going to let him. I was not going to have it. Not going to have it. Yeah. They got into. They had all three of my sons were fighting on this one. All three of them were fighting, and the principal tried to suspend him. And so I was curious, because normally it doesn't happen like that. So I was curious. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. They were trying to say Julius started the fight. And I was like, ho. I said, no. I said, that don't happen. Like, I'm sorry, two of my sons was fighting. I said, Julius didn't start no fight. They said, Mr. McFarland, they said, we got witnesses that said Julius started the fight. I said, look, I got 3 sons. And if you tell me an offense, I can tell you which one it would be. Now, if you told me Jordan had started that fight, I could say, okay, yeah, I can understand that. But I'm telling you right now, God, if I witness you, Julius did not start no fight. Julius is going to do everything to refrain from fighting. He will end the fight.
Right.
He would definitely end the fight, but he's not going to start it. And after they sent him home trying to suspend him, they did a in-school investigation. And this after they sent him home, I went up to the school board and I'm like, look, they're not taking my son out of school. Because my son did what he was supposed to do. And the school board actually called the school, and this before the day was over with, because after they sent him home, I went straight to the school board. They told them to reinstate my son.
Oh, so they try to expel your son?
No, they tried to suspend him.
Okay.
They tried to suspend him. Yeah. Well, they were, oh, well, we can do an alternative. We can put him in school suspension. I said, no, sir. That is not what your boss said for you to do. They told you to put my son back in school. Oh, it was a big to do after that. But I told them
they didn't want to admit they were wrong, because they thought you were going to take it further.
Exactly. So that's the thing. I'm like, and I kept telling them, like, Julius didn't start no fight. But at the end of the investigation, the young boy ended up being arrested. The one that was messing with my son.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And me and that principal, I think he lasted maybe 6, maybe 8 months after that at that school. And it was he and I back and forth. When I showed up at the football games, I go through the crowd, because there'd always be a crowd of them sitting there talking or whatever. I go through shaking everybody's hand except his. Even the young ladies, I shake their hands. How y'all doing? You know, that type of thing. You know, smiling at them. How you doing, Miss So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so? But I shake everybody's hand except his.
Well,
because I knew what it was.
Also, you got to think too. They got their favorites.
Yeah, for sure.
They got their favorites.
For sure.
So
yeah,
they going.
Yeah.
Hey, and even in a situation after that, I'm sure it was probably kind of a little uneasy for your son.
Yeah, but my sons know now, though. They know about it beyond a shadow of a doubt. That whatever happens in life, if you're doing the right thing, Daddy got your back.
Got your back, 100%.
Because even now, if they get pulled over in the street, they are to call me. Before the police even get up to their car window, have me or my wife on the phone. Don't try to handle it yourself. Don't sit up there trying to record what the officer's doing. Have us on the phone.
And if I gotta go to the scene, I will.
Yeah. Oh,
hey,
that's already a given.
That's how T.I. was with his son.
We already on the way.
Yeah.
We already on the way.
Hey,
I don't care what if he already gave you a ticket, we're already en route. That's why we say as soon as you see those blue lights come up behind you, you make the phone call, get us on the phone.
and we gonna be up behind you, and we gonna be
Yeah,
doing our own investigate. That's how Ti was though with his son. Now he was trying to
yeah,
use his celebrity card to try to get him out of that situation.
yeah, yeah. Well,
But I
see,
mean,
the thing is, my boys got a little size on them. I'm 200. I'm 230 pounds. My sons are bigger than me. So the way they sit in their cars, I know. I'm not gonna say most of them. A few of the policemen might be feeling a little intimidated
oh yeah,
when they pull up, or when they roll that window down and see my son sitting there. They might not feel like they got to call. They might feel like they got to call back up, or they might, you know, like I said, feel a little intimidated. So that's why I say we'll already be en route. Get your location on. We'll be already en route within reason, because they can be 100 miles away and get pulled over. But if they within the city limits, that we all 30 minutes away, yeah, we already en route. But we do that for several reasons. One, my sons, I don't like to say we tried to shield them from that life, but I didn't raise them in the city of Atlanta. I raised them out here where I'm at in Douglasville.
so
Right?
so they went to Douglas County schools.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I didn't want them in the city of Atlanta because I know like they would have got caught up with their city life. They would have got caught up. But I brought them out here where it was kind of slow.
They go to Chapel Hill High School.
No, they went to Lithia.
Okay. All right.
Lithia, Lithia was with that school out here, but at that time, that's where we were living there in Lithia High School. But at the same time, when we moved out here to Douglasville, it was kind of slow. It's nowhere near what it is now. So it was kind of slow, and I didn't want them raised up. I didn't want to raise them in the neighborhood where I grew up at, or even in the city. They more than welcome to visit, but I didn't want them living there. I didn't want them getting acclimated to
East Lake Meadows. That got tore down like when the
that was
Olympics
years
came
ago.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, that was nowhere near. But the neighborhood is still there. The neighborhood is still there. They didn't move too far away. Some of them moved down Second Avenue, some of them moved down Fayetteville, some of them moved down to Camel Road, that type of thing. But the neighborhood is still there. Neighborhood, and it's not really the people that were in my neighborhood, because the people in my neighborhood they stayed to themselves. It's the outside people that brought, that they got us riled up back then. So it was a different thing back then. As bad as people say East Lake was, man, it was a tight knit community. Everybody knew each other. Now we had our problems, like any other neighborhood would, but for the most part, it was always dealing with people like outside of the neighborhood, and families had their same issues as any other family had, But a lot of people want to put East Lake Meadows in a bad light. It was bad, yes, it was, but it was a lot of fun in there too. Nobody want to highlight that fact. It was a lot of fun in there, But and a lot of us became friends too, even after a good fight. A lot of us we still remained friends, stayed friends. Came back outside the next day, went back to play basketball, play football, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but it was no different than it was a bad place. I'm gonna tell you, because we moved out of Liberty City. Moved into East Lake.
I love hearing your stories. I love hearing OG stories, but hey, I gotta get off of here.
Hey, let's do that thing, man.
Yeah, hey, we'll be back on though a whole lot more. But hey, y'all got anything else to say?
Yeah, man. Look, I know everybody hearing the story about what his name, Thibodeau, the edge rusher in New York.
Yeah.
We hearing about Penix wedding. We hearing about Penix and him getting scammed and all that type of stuff, man. Don't buy into the clickbait, y'all. I mean, this stuff happens. This happens to anybody. It can happen to anybody. But the stories are gonna keep coming. A lot of content still gonna keep coming. Be sure to follow Chandler at the Dirty Bird Fly Through. Stay up with 3 Dirty. He got a whole lot of info too. Stay up, Atlanta Falcons pandemic, and also Starting this weekend, my new channel will be live. Uh, the Fandemic Sports Insider, where I'll be talking about any and all sports, even horse racing. So
All right.
yeah. So be sure to follow me on that too. Once my content starts to get go in.
All right. Oh,
Appreciate you having me on
all
the
right.
channel.
Absolutely. OG.
Hey man, like I say, where I'm at, I'm just the OG in the chat.
For sure.
Um, hey man, I just hit the live, man. I'm like Big Will, man. Somebody drop the link. I'm gonna be up in there, and I just enjoy talking about whatever about life.
Right.
If I can give a good word, I give it. Or we talk about them Falcons, whatever the case may be.
Right.
But hey, Dirty Bird Fly Through again, man. Appreciate you letting us come on, man. You dropping that link, man.
And
Just let us do what we do.
I'm gonna give you a quick call. After we're all fair too.
Yeah.
I'll give you a
All
Hey,
quick
right,
but look,
y'all.
call.
also too, I'll be going live this weekend because I'm gonna give Riverside a shot,
Okay.
see what it's all about.
All right.
They offered a free 3 week trial, so I'm taking advantage. I'm gonna use that and see what it's all about. I still got StreamYard, but I'm gonna give Riverside a try and see what it's all about. I hear there's a lot of good things happening with going live on StreamYard. They say it's better to go live than do recorded content, so
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a shot and see what it's all about,
All
and I'll let
right.
y'all know how that turned out.
Well, hey, as we say to close out every show, you don't gotta go home.
But
Hmm.
you got to get out of here.